Checking. All right, Shalom. We're the Shabbat. Shalom. We're the brothers of Great Millstone and Branch Out of the Loin. First and foremost, we'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Chakadash.
no honors to our apostles and the elder bishops of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you brothers who are preaching the gospel in truth and in sincerity, always with charity. And see the title of lessons entitled Spirit Like the Wind, which means another week out of the highways and hedges. Wadi Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, continue giving us of his Holy Spirit to go out and prophesy the downfall of the spirit in the world. And to speak about the return of our Lord Yahushua, the coming of the righteous kingdom, the establishing of the throne of David here on earth, like Yahushua said in our in the Lord's Prayer, on earth as it is in heaven. You know, so as things is ordered, and it's nothing but righteousness and order in the heavens, that is going to be established here on the earth, man. You know, we're looking forward to that. You know, man, bro, there's so much going on in the world. You know, I was watching the apostles, they were going into the fourth industrial revolution, you know, and how they tie all that into the Internet of Things, which ties into what, you know, the MOTB, Revelation the 13th chapter. You know, and we were the ones, you know, that were constantly, you know, and consistently, you know, speaking about that, man, driving that point home, you know. And a lot of these dudes out here are going to be found out to be false prophets. They're going to be found out to be liars. Let's get that in Revelation the 2nd chapter. And Yahushua was talking to the church of Ephesus. And he was commending them. I think it was verse 2, but you was starting at 1.
This is Revelation 2:1. Unto the angel of the church of Ephesus write, these things said he that holdeth the 7 stars in his right hand, who walketh in the midst of the 7 golden candlesticks. I know thy works and thy labor and thy patience, and how thou canst not bear them which are evil, and thou hast tried them which say they are apostles, and are not, and hast found them liars.
Exactly. So these dudes, man, are found out to be liars, man. You know, because they claim to be sent by the Lord, which according to Jeremiah the 23rd chapter, we know that's false. That ain't to be true. You know, I forgot how it said in Jeremiah 23. It says, thus saith the Lord, when the Lord didn't put it in their mouths. Roughly paraphrasing, you know, the Lord didn't tell you that the MOTB is sent in all its forms. You know, at one point you had a particular group known as the ISUPK. They were saying that Solomon had the MOTB. They were saying that Paul had the MOTB. You know, which when you understand prophecy and you know, history and everything played out in its proper portion, you understand that it's impossible for Solomon or for Paul to have the MOTB man. You know, so when we read Revelation the 13th chapter, it highlights, you know, a particular power structure man. You know, he's seen another beast riding out of the sea, having 2 horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon, roughly paraphrasing that. You got guys that can't even explain what that is, you know, and then it further on to go on to say that how it gave life to the image of the beast, roughly paraphrasing how that's worded. You got guys that don't know how to interpret that. They don't know how to break that down, man. They try to tell you what the MOTB is, but they can't even tell you what the beast is itself or what the image of the beast represents. But yet these guys is telling you this, that, and the third. They don't know what the hell they talking about, man. You know? And the prophets, and through the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, it's been made evident that these dudes don't know what they talking about. You know? Because Proverbs the 30th chapter says, add not to his word, lest thou be found a liar. And this is what's taking place. You know, these dudes are found out to be liars, man. And the Lord is going to manifest that to the masses. You know? Not just, you know, of course, us, we know that these niggas ain't right, but the Lord is going to manifest it to the masses of people, man. Whoever got that later on.
Proverbs chapter 30 and verse 6, it says, add thou not unto his words, lest he reprove thee, and thou be found a liar.
That's it. You know, add not to his words, lest you be reproved and be found a liar. So this is what we're witnessing. You know, these dudes are being found to be liars, man. You know, you got this one nigga now, his wife coming up and so-called exposing him. You know, but this nigga is supposed to be all about family oriented. This nigga sits down and
Counsel.
want to give counsel and marriage counsel and correction and this, that, and the third, and he want to put out this image, you know, of a happy family and life and all this, man. You know, and look at what's taking place, man. These dudes is wicked, and the Lord is manifesting that, man. Finding these dudes out to be liars. They claim to be sent by the Lord. They claim to be, you know, inspired by the Spirit, and the Lord is manifesting that these niggas ain't it. You know, as the Lord told us, man. For brother, what's that? Is that 1 Peter 2 or 2 Peter 2? It said in the last days there should be false teachers among you. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah chapter 23 and verse 21. It says,
Low key, Joe, we might start at 1 on that.
Jeremiah 23.
Yeah. We're going to start at 1 on that. Let's hit that Peter first.
It's 2 Peter 2 and 1. But there were false prophets also among the people, even as there shall be false teachers among you, who privately shall bring in damnable heresies.
Yeah. So these dudes have, you know, discussions amongst themselves about this, that, and the third, and then start to bring it out publicly. You know? Like that conversation them two niggas was having about the Gentiles. That just didn't happen on, you know. They even said, well, I've been having doubts and I was talking to Deacon about it and this, that, and the third.
Years didn't believe.
You know? So for years, them niggas didn't believe what they was, you know? But it started with them two niggas like, nah, man, it gotta be, you know?
You know, but
Same thing about the name. Now all of a sudden the name ain't it. You know? These are conversations these niggas had. They already had doubts in it, but these are conversations them niggas had amongst themselves before bringing these things out. You know, whether they paid off or not. You know, it starts in private. You know, it starts privily where they think about these heresies and then come forth and bring it out, man, to the masses, man. You know, IUIC, they brainstorm. You know, you got the group of little, think about how to manipulate and twist the scriptures, man. You know, you call them yo play yogurt, name don't matter. When you say name, it's commandments. All those things started off small in a circle before they openly spread those things out, man. And we're here to tell you that, man. These dudes are false prophets. They're false teachers. These niggas ain't right. Go ahead.
Who privately shall bring in damnable heresies, even denying the Lord that brought them, and bring upon themselves swift destruction.
And this is what we're seeing, you know, bringing upon themselves swift destruction before their judgment that's going to be public before the Lord take the life from these niggas. The Lord is going to destructure them, man. You know, whatever notoriety or fame that they think they have, the Lord is going to sully their name, you know, before he brings ultimate judgment behind them. Go ahead.
And many shall follow their pernicious ways.
And this is why we don't give a damn about the majority of you people out there, man. You know? Niggas all on the comment board, man, we praying for you, Deacon, your wife, man. We hope everything, man. Fuck you and your wife, man. You see? She off, you off. That whole situation is off, and you know? But as the scripture says, a wicked woman is given to the portion of a wicked man. You see that? So what we're seeing is that it is a union of Satan, and it's going array. You know? And the Lord is exposing this dude, man. Go ahead.
And many shall follow after their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
Yeah, you know? And just that situation, which it's happened plenty of times before, man, over the years. But it'll be that situation where a motherfucker come on the comment board. See, that's why I never trusted the camps. This is why I never...
Excuse
you know?
for their ass, boy. That's crazy.
But the truth starts with the camps, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know? But they gonna speak ill of the way of truth because of another nigga's ill dealings, man. You know? Which is written. If our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. It talks about, is it that same Peter? Ye are lively stones, built up a spiritual house. I think that's the same chapter, you know? But it goes into how they stumbled at the stumbling stone, being our Lord Yahweh Shai, because they were appointed unto it, man. Is it 1 Peter 2? Okay,
2 and 8, yeah.
you know. But the point being is that if these people can't get it, and whatever stumbling block they come across that has them fall away from the way of truth and from the way of understanding, you know, it was written for them to go that route, man, because they were appointed unto it. See? So we just got to stay the course, man. Like we've been saying, man, trust the process, stay the course. You know, even in that situation, it should highlight, you know, who were the men warning you, who were the men guiding, who were the men, you know, instructing you in the way. It's through the spirit power of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shah, we've been telling you the niggas ain't right, man. There was a reason why them niggas got separated from us. You know? Told you for years, man, that nigga Alazar, that nigga wasn't right, man. And look what the Lord manifested on this nigga. We told you for years that nigga Hakah, you know, Hassad, Bishop Nate, you know, General Yahana. We told you for years that these dudes ain't right, bro. Elder Racha of the GOCC. We didn't told you for years and warned you, as Paul said in Acts the 20th chapter.
Day and night.
You know, he said, I warned you with tears, man, that there's going to be grievous wolves coming in amongst you, not sparing the flock. See, these dudes don't give a damn what did that nigga say when he crashed out on this woman.
I wrote you a real nigga.
Man, you think it ain't nothing for me to say fuck these Israelite things and,
right, that's
and crash out on you or some shit he said, man.
No, that's what stood out to me, bro.
You know?
He said, I can say that. He said, fuck that Israelite shit. I can be a real nigga.
Which, you know, niggas say certain things in the heat of the moment, when, especially with a woman.
Right, she can say
but
some
certain
shit.
things is like, nigga, what? You gonna say fuck this Israelite thing?
Right.
You got a life outside of YouTube.
And he came out and said that, man. You know, even when you arguing with a female, Joe, it's certain shit that you don't say, bro.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll
Like, I
take it
ain't
the
gonna
wrong
say,
way.
I'm say fuck the brothers, man, and go crazy.
Right.
Bro, hey, nigga, no, dog. You know? But the nigga formed his mouth to say, man, this, I say fuck this Israelite thing and crash out on you, or however he said it, man.
Through the abundance of the heart.
The mouth speaketh, man. But it highlights, well, even, you know, Hassan come out talking about they taking a step back now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, we need to take a step back and evaluate and examine ourselves and this, that, and the third, you bitch ass nigga. You know, but it's the same play that they ran with the bottle service girls at the Passover, man. You know, so before you know, because when the community came, the community came down on their ass and they felt some way. So I was like, oh, we taking a step back and this, that, and the third, and you know, these niggas is hoes, man, and they don't care about the flock, and we've been here to tell you of these things, man. You know, that nigga Glorilla got on the TV or whatever fucking platform it was, and I forgot how it was brought up, but I think they asked him about, you know, his congregation, and he was like, that's their fault. Nobody told them to follow me.
Oh my God.
That's their fault. Which is true. It is. But nigga, you came out talking about, nigga, you the chief high priest.
Mm-hmm.
Can't nobody disagree with you. So in a sense, yeah, it is their fault because they didn't do the due diligence. They didn't discern, man. But it's your fault too because your ass put yourself out there as if you were some type of person to follow, nigga. Like Yahweh Shah said, the blind lead the blind, they both shall fall into the ditch. And that's what we're seeing. You know? The Lord is breaking their ass up. And ultimately, man, we're going to see judgment real soon poured out upon these individuals, man.
Yeah.
You know? What we see now is judgment, but I'm talking about physical judgment. I'm talking about calamities being poured out upon these different individuals and their congregations. You know? I'm thinking of Wisdom of Solomon, the 4th chapter. It says the multiplying brood. Somebody get that. Wisdom of Solomon 4:1.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 4 and verse 1. It says, better is it to have no children and to have virtue, for the memorial thereof is immortal.
Mm-hmm. The memorial thereof is immortal, man. You know, virtue is moral strength.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you read the 8th chapter of Wisdom of Solomon, it says her labors are virtues.
Mm-hmm.
She teaches temperance. prudence, justice, and fortitude. And these are things that them niggas shunned, you know. I'm thinking of what Yahweh Shah said. He told the wicked scribes and Pharisees that these things you should have done and not to leave the other undone. I'm roughly paraphrasing, you know. See, them niggas shun those particular fruits of the spirit, man. Temperance, self-restraint. That's obviously not going on amongst the niggas, man. You know? Integrity, right? Integrity ties in with fortitude. It's clear that them niggas ain't got no type of fortitude, no type of integrity. You know? And the majority of you niggas chose to follow these dudes.
After being warned.
Even after all the bullshit. Niggas still on the comment board, man, we praying for you, D. Praying for the nation. And it highlights that what Apostle Ball been saying, man, the majority of you so-called Israelites, you have no fucking clue what this thing of ours is about. For a nigga to come on a comment board, man, I'm praying for you and the nation. You don't pray for a nigga like that, man. Here it is, that bro, look at what this nigga is doing. Bro, the nigga introduced, you know, well, it's been motherfuckers bringing that out, but what I'm saying is the nigga changed the doctrine. He want to bring in Gentiles into the circle. Nigga did away with the names, but you will have a nigga still on the comment board talking about, I'll pray for this nigga.
Well, there's a lot of niggas that said that. I don't believe in the Gentile thing that you're teaching, but I'm going to still pray for you, brother.
Crazy.
Like, what the fuck?
You know? But it highlights that, and this was a couple years ago, it was like 2-3 summers ago. I don't know if y'all remember that one cat, he tried to get us to go to the bar and hang with him and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a lot of us out here doing our own thing.
He was like, man, there's a lot of us out here doing our own thing. And that's going to get a lot of you Israelites splashed. You know, I was going to use a harsher word, but, you know,
Splash.
don't get you niggas splashed, man. You know? Because you out there doing your own thing. The Lord didn't call us for us to do our own thing, bro. You know, so many precepts that highlight about how we need leaders, how we have teachers, you know, men to guide us, man, as it is written in Hebrews the 13th chapter. That's one I'm thinking about. Obey them that have the rule over you, for they watch for your souls as they that must give account, that they may do it with joy and not with grief. Because that's unprofitable for you. I'm roughly paraphrasing that, man. Yahweh Shah in John the 10th chapter, he talked about the straight gate. See? If you come up any other way, you're going to be counted as a thief and a robber. See, what you niggas is doing, you trying to find another way in. Instead of going through the straight gate. You see? And once again, that's going to get a lot of you different Israelites splashed, man. You nigga women, you with your head wraps, man. You think you got some type of authority over a man. What a God of the Bible? Nah, bitch, shut up. You know? You niggas that got no type of, what's the word I want to use? Your boots ain't on the ground, as Murphy say.
You know, works.
Nigga ain't got no type of experience on the highways and hedges. You got no type of experience of opposition. You know? But a nigga on the comment board like, yeah, you need to do this and y'all need to. Nigga, what the fuck you doing? You got no type of experience of leading a congregation. You never been on the highways and hedges. Nigga ain't did no type of video to put your face out there. Like we compare it to an armchair quarterback. You know, nigga ain't played football when he was little. Nigga ain't played Pop Warner. The nigga ain't played in college. The closest experience the nigga got is playing Madden.
That nigga ain't sweat. Damn.
You know? And then the newer Madden, when they can, when it's like a first person view. You know, it's like you looking through the helmet.
The VR.
You know?
You got that VR experience.
Because there's one Madden, I don't know which one it is, where you could like
Ready Player One.
You know, it's like you inside the nigga helmet. So you could look and scan the field and, you know, that's the only experience these niggas got, man. But then they looking at a nigga like Patrick Mahomes, you know, Jalen Hurts, or maybe brothers don't watch football today. You know, go back to, you know, Kurt Warner, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, you know, Michael Vick, you know, Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
you think you gonna tell men like that, bro?
Hmm.
You know, men who got their cleats on out there,
Put in the work.
300-pound niggas running straight at them, man. You know, they've been in the pressure, they've been in that situation, but a nigga ain't never been in it. But he telling them, man, you should have spent out. Nigga, the fuck?
Jump to your hurdle.
Yeah, that's what I'd have did. I would have hurdled. I'd have sniffed on them, I'd have spit and hurdled, and I'd have threw it. Nigga, shut the fuck up, bro.
Right.
You know, but that's these niggas though, man. They ain't got no type of experience in nothing. But want to come on the comment board and tell you what you should be doing, how you should be doing something. So this is why we see that the Lord is about to cancel a lot of you niggas out here, man, and we can't wait for it. You know? But anyway,
Get back to it.
Wisdom of Solomon 4.
Yep. It says, for the memorial thereof is immortal, because it is known with the Most High and with men. When it is present, men take example at it.
Mm-hmm.
And when it is gone, they desire it.
Yep.
It weareth a crown and triumpheth forever, having gotten the victory, striving for undefiled rewards.
And everybody can sense that, bro. You know, you be at the job, motherfuckers might talk down upon you because, you know, you got a healthy diet. Motherfuckers drinking Pepsi 6 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? Niggas popping Skittles, Starburst,
double donuts,
Twizzlers,
Cheetos.
you know, niggas, hot Cheetos, you know, donuts, and
Nigga just putting half his check into the damn vending machine.
you know,
And then questioning, what's that in that jar? It's watermelon juice.
yeah, you got
that?
watermelon juice. You know, you got a little mint. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A salad.
Bunch of
Yeah,
greens.
you got some salad, a bunch of greens, some fruit that you want to put in your body first thing in the morning. Niggas got, you know, talking down and eat like a rabbit and all this shit.
Nigga got tobacco in his fucking mouth. Trying
You know?
to tell you about something.
So this world will look down and talk crazy, but like that Wisdom of Solomon just said, bro, there's times where certain decisions and certain scenarios are played out, and they marvel, bro, at your integrity. You know what I'm saying? At your decision making.
Take example of it.
And they take example of it, bro. You see? A nigga folding, you know, that ain't motherfucker ain't finna look toward a nigga that he folds every time and situation presented, you know? Thinking of like at work, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers bring pizza, pepperoni and shit like that. Motherfuckers know, nah, I ain't eating. You want some of this? No, nigga, no, what the fuck?
Right. Got a special box for you.
You know? And to the point where they do it at my gig.
Yeah.
You know, they order shit outside of swine just for me, and I still don't eat the shit.
They're like, what's wrong with this?
I don't.
No, right. They're looking, like, man, we ordered something outside, and he still don't eat it.
I still don't eat the shit, man. You know. But people, people see that, man. Even though they wicked, I'm thinking of Antiochus' whole ass, man. You know, he had he heard the character and the conduct of Onias, man, and he wept. He was like, "Damn, bro, this nigga was honorable." To the point where he even killed the dude that you know the Lord had him judge the dude that did that to Onias, man.
Come on now.
Because it's virtue, when it is gone, men marvel at it, bro. They desire it, bro. And that's really why a lot of these people hate.
They're envious.
It's because they want that type of integrity. They want that type of restraint, discipline. But they can't. They can't do it.
But that reminds me, it was some years back when we was at Mid-K. It was a Northern Kingdom cat. He was in the truck. And then, I forget exactly what he said, but he was like, man, I wish I could do what y'all was doing. You know what I'm saying? And I remember that, like, that stood out. I don't know if J-Cat remember that, the Northern Kingdom, but, you know, it's like he wished I could do that, but it's like it ain't in it. You know, it ain't for him, man. You know, so just speaking on that, man, the scripture says that in the book of Matthew. It says that I've called you out of the world, and I forget exactly how it's worded. It might be, I've chosen you out of the world, and therefore the world hated you. Roughly paraphrasing that. But, you know, they see that, you know, in the spirit, you know, and they have a certain envy and hatred towards that. Like he talks about that in the book of 2nd Ezra, man, as the
that woman,
whorish, you know, the whorish woman has envy towards the righteous and virtuous woman, roughly paraphrasing that. It's the same thing in these times, man.
Yeah, they say misery likes company or whatever.
Company.
You know, however you say that quote. You know, motherfucker hate on somebody else, bro, and try to defile them. You know, and try to make them like them. Man.
Miserable. You're just
You
like
know?
they ass.
That's really where that hatred spurs from, bro. You know, I'm thinking of that movie Pineapple Express. They hate us because they ain't us. You know. Go ahead.
This is 1 John 3:12. It says, not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, and slew his brother. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil, and his brother's righteous. So that envious spirit, man. You know, and that's the same thing that's within these people, man. That's why they look down upon you. How, like, why would you look down upon an individual for having a good diet? You know? Oh, this nigga eat, man. Why you don't eat none of this? And like, bro, no, nigga. I don't eat like that, you know? But then they look down upon you. But why is that? Because it's a envy, you know?
This is Wisdom of Solomon 4 and verse 3. It says, but the multiplying brood of the ungodly.
But the multiplying brood of the ungodly. Now, when you go into that word brood, it goes into like a bird laying eggs. You know? And when you look at the species of birds, like a lot of them lay more than just one egg.
Yeah.
You know, so it goes into how, like I said, the multiplying brood, it shows how the wicked multiplies faster. You know?
Hell
Because
yeah,
there's
they
more
do.
to be destroyed than it is to be saved.
They do too.
You know?
That shit funny.
So this Hakai nigga, this nigga laid 8 eggs in one time, and each one of them niggas turned up. There's a precept in Isaiah. It says they lay cockatrice eggs, and it break out into a serpent. I'm roughly paraphrasing, you know. But these niggas just what it said. Yahweh Shah said they create a child of hell,
Right. Versus now.
2 times more than them,
Shit.
you know. But that just highlights, bro, how wicked these niggas really is, man. Go ahead.
It says, but the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive, nor take deep rooting from bastard slips.
Nor take deep rooting from bastard slips, man. That's another one in Isaiah. It says you shall set it with strange slips, you know. But it's just going into how these individuals, man, they not of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai. You know, they foundation or they planting is not of the Lord.
So the streets. So starting off with their leader, you know, Alazar, his foundation was the streets.
Going all the way back to the Sakari, this nigga was doing research and did research on the Sakari. Said that's us. When you go into the history of the Sakari, they was never followers of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach.
They was doing their own
They
thing.
was doing their own thing. And we see the same thing. There's nothing new under the sun. These the same niggas coming back. There's no new thing under the sun. That same generation is back doing the same shit. All right, everybody's falling into their lot in the last days. Like the Lord said to Daniel, go thou thy way, and in the last days, in the latter times, you shall stand in your lot. So the prophets is back in their lot, and the false prophets is also back in their lot. And the people that believed in Yahweh Shai through the words of the prophets, the apostles, the disciples, the evangelists, they're back believing. And the people that didn't believe, they're also back, man. All right, giving heed to these lying lips. If I can read that real quick, Proverbs 17:4, it says, a wicked doer giveth heed to false lips, and a liar giveth ear to a naughty tongue. So you niggas is in your lot. The Lord sent you strong delusions that you will believe a lie. That's why you still following. That's why you got niggas still following. The nigga still got Sakari shirt on with fringes on it. After the nigga got found out to be a fucking, I want to say a harsher word, right? A damn bati boy. All right, niggas a straight up bati boy putting shit in his butt. Niggas still talking about Sakari. Pray for you. I'm still pray for you. Nigga putting shit in his ass. You gonna pray for him?
He let this woman bend him over, bro. You know,
Fuck, bro.
like this nigga, bro.
And so on and so forth with the rest of these guys, man. You pray to the name of the Heavenly Father Yahweh and the name of His only begotten Son Yahweh Shai. These niggas say that's not the real name, but you gonna pray for these niggas in the name of the Lord?
But they say you ain't supposed to worship Yahweh Shai.
Going back to what? Sakari was never of the Lord. Back then, in the time of Rome, and even now. Alright? And if you following these niggas, it just shows that what? You're wicked. Alright? For among my people are found wicked men. Like the brother quoted, there's many more of them that's gonna perish than of them that shall be saved. And the ones that's gonna perish, they're gonna perish because what? They don't got this truth. They don't got this gospel. If our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. You go into that word lost, it's perishing. That's why you can't get it. That's why you scoffing on the comment board. Alright, but that's it on that.
I got one real quick. 1 John 4:1. It says, "Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirit, whether they are of the Most High power, because many false prophets are gone out into the world." And that's why it's important to try the spirit by the spirit, man. When you look at these other camps, you should know, oh, they wicked. It should be red flags, man. When they X out the name, you need to be Xing out that camp, man. It's a process of elimination to lead you to the right true prophets that's out there. There's many prophets out there, but most of them are false prophets. So hey, you have to do your due diligence. You know what I'm saying? Pray to the Lord to guide you in the right direction, because you don't want to get caught up in these wayward doctrines that's out there that's getting these people. You know.
You have to be like the Church of Berea. It says that they went and searched the scriptures daily to see if those things that Paul was teaching them was so.
That's too much for a nigga.
It's too hard for you niggas, man. You niggas just want to sit there and be spoon fed. You got to put in the work. It says study to show thyself approved.
It's like we talked about yesterday on the line. The easy thing is to put fringes on every t-shirt. You know? If I put a fringe on every t-shirt,
I'm on one.
that's going to get me there.
No,
You
they
know?
even help them
That's
niggas
the
out.
mentality these niggas got, man.
Where your friend is at?
But still sending rod pics with the fringes on, though.
To another man's woman.
That shit crazy, bro.
And then the
Or
bishop's
you-
bringing it out and say he like hearing nasty shit like that.
Or you letting your woman bend you over. You sending your woman out to go lay with an Edomite,
This nigga said wait till the Sabbath's over.
to have her come back to pop
Crazy.
you after knowing she got popped by Edomite.
He want his wife to have a boyfriend.
Pause,
a white
nigga.
boyfriend.
That nigga
Pause.
said, hold the lemon cream, bro.
Yeah,
He
he
said,
did.
where's the
Vaseline.
fun in that?
He did.
That nigga said, where's
That's-
the fun in that, bro? That nigga's wild. But then the nigga, man, why y'all being all hard on them? Like, bro, shut your ass
Yeah.
up.
Well, you'll get fucking stoned, nigga, too, with this nigga. It
What?
says, go ahead.
You got it, so
I was trying to quote that proverb. Says,
he that justified the wicked and he that condemneth the just, even they both are an abomination. That's why we don't care about what you people think. Because the things that's coming out of y'all mouth and then justifying them is showing that you're an abomination as well.
Yeah, well, it shows you void of judgment. You know, why would I care about your opinion when your opinion is off? You know, what you accept and what you allow.
yeah, like fucking Sada.
You know, like here it is, bro. Like according to how the Lord made the body, bro. A girl, when she enters her menstrual cycle, becomes a woman. That means
Fact.
what?
It's a fact.
She's able to bear children now, bro. That's a biological fact.
You believe in science, right?
That's why she gets
Right?
rest.
And the scriptures highlight that, bro. And the nigga's emotional. Oh, you pedos and oh, you're rapists and this, that, and the third. But you will pray for a nigga that's getting bent over.
That's off.
And then how hypocritical are you? Because, nigga, that's when you was fucking. And she was.
Middle school bathroom.
Nigga. We're saying that there's an order in that.
And back in, I was, raised in the 90s, man. And when I was going to school in junior high, 7th, 8th, going into high school, 9th, 10th grade, bro, those women I went to school with,
One older man.
it ain't that they wanted older men. They were dating older men.
Getting dropped off by and picked up.
Like, bro, I remember riding the bus, nigga. I'm riding the bus and I'm seeing this bitch hop out of the car.
You sitting there mad like, damn, bro, what the
And the teacher even said, "Well, your father that's not my father. That's my boyfriend." You know, this nigga dropping her off at school and picking her up,
At middle school.
and the whole school know that's her nigga. And there's a lot of women with their head wrapped tight as fuck. They lost their virginity to a man. You know what I'm saying? 5, 6, 7 years older than them, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And now they on the comment board, you a creep.
It's because her ass is old.
Yeah, because now this bitch 58.
And nobody wants you.
And nobody wants your ass. Yeah, man.
4 cats.
They said, that's why the Lord, man, he said, I'm going to send the Assyrian, talking about Esau, Edom, to a hypocritical nation, man. Jacob's just a bunch of hypocrites, man.
Yeah.
You know?
The Lord said, "Are not your ways unequal?"
Yeah.
Niggas' judgment is off, man. Alright, we leaning on what's written. Plain and simple. That's the standard. Alright, and your opinions, your emotions is not gonna sway us. It's not gonna make us change what we're teaching. It says, "Cry aloud, spare not. Lift up your voice like a trumpet and show my people their transgressions. And house of Israel their sins." We're showing you by opening the book. And look, this is what we're doing wrong as a nation. Alright? This is the reason why we're in this situation. The book tells us why you're at the fucking bottom. Niggas is at the fucking bottom, bro. Talking about, oh, we need businesses and land. Your oppressor is ruling over the earth. Alright? The nation that hates you the most is ruling over the entire planet. He controls the air. This nigga controls the water. This nigga controls the food. Alright? He's in control over the earth. We need more than you having a fucking t-shirt business. Alright? We need more than you having a bullshit ass piece of land. Bullshit ass piece of land. At that. Alright? We need more than that. We need divine intervention. We need Yahweh Shai to return, to raise us back up, and to put this devil back down. Alright, where he belongs. It says that he will destroy him that destroyeth the earth and give reward unto his servants, the prophets that fear his name, small and great. That's what we need, man. That's the answer. Alright, to the cancer. Okay? That's the answer to the cancer. It says that the physician cutteth off the long disease. We need the physician to come with healing in his wings. Alright?
I got to put one quick.
This is Romans 16 and verse 17. It says, "Now I beseech you, brethren, mark them which cause divisions and offenses contrary to the doctrine which ye have learned, and avoid them." And starting with our elders and apostles on down, right? For years, this is what they've been doing. You know, these camps, they're not teaching the right doctrine. They're not teaching names. They're saying that they serve the nigger god, right? They're trying to do land blitzes. Like, that's offenses, and that's contrary to the doctrine. You know, it says, verse 18, "For they that are such serve not our Lord Yahushua Mashiach, but their own belly, and by good words and fair speeches deceive the hearts of the simple." That's exactly what they're doing with the Million-Man marches, you know, using these eloquent words, you know, the 500 slideshows and all this. You know, they just deceiving. This is the blind leading the blind, as the bros was saying earlier.
That's why Amos 3 and 3 say what it says. Can two walk together except they be agreed? Ain't no coming together with any camp that's talking about the name don't matter or all these nonsense. Ain't no coming together like that. The Lord ain't in the midst of all these, what they call them, these groups, all these camps coming together, unity groups, unity camps. Now the Lord is dealing with one truth, one doctrine. And if you ain't speaking that, he ain't dealing with it. You know?
I got a precept to back that up. The 2 Timothy 3 and 5, it says, "Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away." That's what? Avoid them. Alright, don't be with these niggas, man. A form of godliness. They put on a show. Alright? Like he said to his woman. You don't think it's anything for me to say fuck the Israelite? You know, that's not, you know, yeah, you say shit, you know, in the heat of a moment, but not shit like that, you know?
I mean,
Because if that's who you are, truly, then how can you say, nigga, fuck who you're a nigga. And you're disguising, you're cosplaying. When that nigga Sakari said that, he was talking about the niggas around him. He was talking about him and the niggas around him. They put on this costume that they're Israelites, man. I can never say, man, fuck this Israelite. I'm an Israelite. How could I say that? That's who I am. That's literally in my blood. You know, but
Well, you said it. I was gonna mention how the nigga already said they was cosplaying. So I mean, it shows you. And once again, man, and the spirit has it to where the men of the Lord have been warning about these individuals. These individuals, their character, they're whack. All right, they're horrible. And you're following these horrible people that are gonna lead you to destruction. They don't give a damn about you, man. Like that. I think the acts that the brother had read, man, not sparing the flock. You know.
Can I hit this real quick? It's 2 Peter 2 and 3, just continuing on. I read 2, it says, and many shall fall out of their pernicious ways, by reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of, and through covetousness shall they with vain words make merchandise of you, whose judgment now of a long time lingereth not, and their damnation slumbereth not. And that scripture that you had just read, I think it was Romans 16, it spoke about how they serve their own bellies. And that's what the majority of these guys is doing. They just doing things so that they can fulfill their own lusts and their own desires. Scriptures speak about for filthy lucre's sake, they just doing these things to make money. And like this Peter just said, there's a judgment coming unto them.
And it says it slumbereth not. You know, so he was highlighting that judgment is coming. You know, and I'm thinking of I think that's 2 Timothy 4. Paul was speaking about Jannes and Jambres.
yeah, that's what I was reading. It's back in 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 5 again. It says, having a form of godliness but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's majority of their congregation is filled with silly women. Verse 7, it says, ever learning and never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. Now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of corrupt minds.
This is what we're here to tell you. You know, that these niggas, they spirits is crooked, man.
Not upright in them.
You know, these niggas is not right. You see that? And the majority of you people look there, oh, y'all hating.
Right.
Y'all just can't, man. Crabs in the bucket. And all that bullshit that they was, you know.
Y'all hating on the G.
Why we can't just get up, you know? And the spirit is, once again, is highlighting that these niggas ain't right. You know? And more gonna get brought out on that nigga.
Yeah, that was.
You know, that wasn't too, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the Lord doing that, but really what she brought out, bro, the only thing is like, bro, like, nigga, if you grifting your woman, you put her away because she wouldn't give you no more money and you cut her off and your daughter, you know, the scriptures tell you, you know, you take care of your household, man. You know? Unless the circumstances, you know, she keeping you away from you, you know, and all this other bullshit and, you know? But really, she ain't say, you know, he cussed out his woman, bro. We all been there, bro. You know? Not certain shit you don't, you know, like the nigga say, I can say, fuck this Israelite thing. Man, nigga, I don't know if you was trying to scare her or not, but nigga,
Right.
you know, there ain't some shit you just don't say.
Talking about, nigga.
You know? But just reiterate the point, we've all been there. You crash out on a woman, man. Tell her ass to shut the fuck up while you talking.
Right.
You know, when you watch it, bro, that's what he did. That's what he was on with her. She recording all soft and shit, bro. Before that recording came on, bro, imagine how she was talking to that nigga, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
While she was trying to portray this just soft, innocent, you know, I was here to just be a wife and
Bro,
get the
stop
fuck
it.
out of here, man.
The scripture talks about the woman, bro.
You know? And those intros she dropped.
Right.
That rap.
You already know the type of spirit she in.
That
Bro.
rap
Which
boy.
it was nice song. It was a nice song.
She was on
Bitch got
demon.
talent.
She was on
But
demon
it
time.
showed you the time she on. You see what I'm
Demon
saying?
time.
She
She dropped the whole diss track on both episodes.
She's trying to hear fucking career off the ground.
She dropped
Yeah.
a diss track on this nigga, bro.
She's trying to
It
get
sounded
money.
good. I ain't even gonna hold you.
Yeah.
Like, you know,
She's trying to get
bitch got
bread.
talent. But it shows you where her spirit at in the time she on, bro.
Yeah, she was
And
all.
she been waiting to do this, really. You can tell she been waiting, you know, for the moment.
So it highlight that Timothy, bruh. Silly women laden with diverse sins and diverse lusts, man. Just like Chief. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, them women he with, they ain't right, bro.
Hell nah.
Right. I like a little. What do you say? Well, I like when they fight back or
Yeah,
some shit like that.
Feisty
A little
or
fight.
whatever. You know, he want his woman talking down on him and shit like that. Like, nigga, bro, for real?
Street man, how nice and shit.
That's, bro, you want to be hood, you want to be a hood nigga that bad, bro, to where a nigga, like, it's past that, bro. That shit is a turnoff, man.
Yeah.
A woman being masculine and all that shit, that's a turnoff. But that nigga get turned on by that. Why?
We know why.
We know why. He like that masculine energy. You know?
You want to be dominated.
Yeah, bro, the nigga want to be dominated, bro. And before they had that phone call to where they squashed their differences or whatever, he was starting to bring out Deep Freak. Yeah. Like the situation, like he like it too.
Oh shit.
Then they came out and said they talked privately for 3 hours or some shit.
And then he stopped.
Then he stopped. Yeah.
And then Glorilla stopped his campaign on, you know?
Yeah. Fuck.
Hush money.
But them, we been telling you, them niggas ain't right, man.
Corrupt minds.
What this nigga Hassan got to do with anything? Oh, and I decided that I'm gonna take a step back and
Shut
examine
up,
myself
bro.
based on, look, nigga, that's like, bro, some shit go down in the camp.
You
Now all of a
supposed to step
sudden,
up. That nigga's supposed to
man,
step
well,
up.
shit, man. There's something happened with this brother. Now I need to.
That makes
Imagine
no
calling the
sense.
apostles or one of the. Yeah, so you know the brother went through this, and
I'm gonna step down.
I gotta examine myself. Nigga, what the fuck?
you
That ain't got nothing to do with you, nigga.
Bro, he guilty, bro.
Yeah,
Guilty.
he did something. He did
That
something,
nigga
bro.
guilty, bro.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take a step back and examine myself too.
That nigga guilty.
Indefinitely.
The fuck is you talking about, man? But here it is, the whole time the spirit been getting on you niggas' heads. You ain't take that as a something I need to examine.
The Lord is trying to tell us something.
Yeah.
Now the Lord's trying to tell you.
She come out on the video.
Now the Lord is trying to tell you.
She dropping diss tracks. Now all of a sudden the Lord talking. She drop a diss track. Now the Lord talking.
She said, "Oh, that
That's
shit
crazy.
that shit was heat. I had to examine myself." Get crazy.
Go ahead, brother.
It says, now as Jannes and Jambres withstood Moses, so do these also resist the truth. Men of, and that's why they what? They saying the names ain't the names. Alright, they throwing all is, all the nations can be saved. They resisting the truth.
Right, like you think you gonna throw the Lord under the bus and your ass ain't getting thrown under? Nigga, you finna get ran over.
Backfire. It says, men of corrupt minds reprobate concerning the faith.
See, reprobate concerning the faith, man. Meaning they don't understand what this thing of ours is about, and that's a lot of individuals, man, with fringes on that call themselves Israelites, man.
Majority.
The majority, yeah. You know, clearly they don't understand what this thing of ours is about. Reprobate concerning the faith, man.
Verse 9, it says, but they shall proceed no further, for their folly shall be manifest unto all men, as theirs also was.
You see that? So this is what we're seeing. You know? The folly of these niggas is being manifest, and it ain't gonna stop. See, the Lord has a set time, what they call that, an expose.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord got a set expose for all of these niggas, man.
Time ticking.
It's a set time when the Lord, he gonna have something catastrophic that's gonna take place with the IUIC and Bishop Nate.
Yeah.
The Lord, General Yohana, Mahaiman, Captain Tazaryak, you know?
Judgment is brewing.
Bro, the Lord got something cold. Bro, that shit came out left field with that nigga Sakari.
Yeah, it just came out of nowhere.
When that shit dropped, bro, it had, I'm pretty sure, I know I was shocked. I'm pretty sure the brothers were like, whoa. We thought we knew it was bad, but we didn't know it was that bad, bro.
That shit went deep.
So when the Lord starts, bro, like it says, what's done in the dark shall be brought to the light, bro. That's written. You see? So all these niggas that's trying to do they wickedness in the dark is all gonna be manifest, man. It's all gonna get brought forth. And we not excluded in that. Any men amongst Great Millstone, any of us, If we operating in the dark and trying to hide and thinking we doing some shit, bro, all that is gonna get brought forth, bro.
Spirit pop everything out.
It says the spirit searcheth all things, even the deep.
Say all things is naked before him.
It's all gonna get brought out, bro. One way or another. You know? Now this nigga did a message to my wife. Yeah, you know, I apologize, certain thing. Nah, nigga.
Such a bitch.
You know?
Wow.
The Lord allowed her to put your business out there, man. That you a fucking deadbeat. You neglectful of your children. But the nigga was boasting. I got something crazy in the garage. My wife's happy. My children. Nigga was boasting on that at one point, man. That's why we don't, when it says in Sirach, the first chapter, exalt not thyself amongst the congregation, lest the Lord humble thee and bring thee down. I'm roughly paraphrasing, man.
You low.
That's why you're not supposed to exalt yourself, man. And we're seeing these dudes, man, who think too highly of themselves, man. You know, to where they exalt themselves, they boast, they big up themselves into particular positions, and we see they fall. You know, you got more in there.
No, I was just gonna read that verse 8 in the AMP. 2 Timothy 3:8 in the Amplified version. It says, just as Jannes and Jambres, the court magicians of Egypt, opposed Moses, so these men also oppose the truth. Men of depraved mind, unqualified and worthless as teachers in regard to the faith.
Worthless.
Unqualified and worthless as teachers.
They're not qualified.
This is what we're seeing. These dudes ain't fit, bro. They're not fit to be leaders, but what did it say in is that Zechariah or Zephaniah? It says, if a man prophesied of wine and strong drink, even he shall be the prophet of his people. But that's what it said also in Isaiah. It says that my people love to have it so. The priest bear rule by his means, and the prophet prophesy according to his lives. I'm roughly paraphrasing. And it says, my people love to have it so. So the Lord has given you people over to that, man. Even he shall be a prophet of my people. You see that? So the Lord, like, yeah, okay, that's what you want. Then I'm going to give you a leader that's going to encourage your ass into that destruction. And this is what we're seeing. But we can jump back to that Wisdom of Solomon.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 4 and verse 3. It says, but the multiplying brood of the ungodly shall not thrive, nor take deep rooting from bastard slips.
Nor take deep rooting from bastard slips, man. You know? Meaning that they planting, their foundation is not of the Lord. Somebody else did that. And it's not going to take root. It's not going to grow. Or I'll put it this way, it's not going to endure. You know? Because it'll grow like this, how King Solomon is explaining. Oh, it's going to grow for a time. But it's going to get cut down, man. Go ahead.
It says, nor lay any fast foundation.
Nor lay any fast, meaning secure foundation, man. Why? Because it's not established on Yahweh Shai. So therefore, it's going to be easily swept away. It's going to be easily uprooted. And this is what we're seeing. That's why when that scandal came out on the Booty Warrior, man, all them niggas scattered. Certain niggas did their own thing. Certain niggas went with Genesis. You know? You got the fruit boy, man. What's the other fruity nigga with the hair, man?
Oh yeah.
Ariala?
What's his name? Ariala, man.
Yeah.
House of Bread, I think that's the group he established, man. At one point, he was going hard. Because he the nigga that exposed it with
the Texas shit.
The nigga woman. Where this nigga at?
Yeah, where was he at this Passover? That year, whenever that happened.
He was involved.
I had the perfect Passover. Got the lamb.
Yeah, the nigga talking about he slaughtered the lamb and all that.
Well, where's that video this year?
You know? But these niggas just showing you that how they splintered off and they're gonna fade out, man.
Yeah.
You know, these dudes splintered off, started their own thing, and them niggas wrought a lot of wickedness, man. You know, them niggas wrought a lot of wickedness. You know how many niggas still be doing lessons and shit with they hat on, bro? Them niggas introduced a lot of wickedness, bro, into Israel, man.
I mean, niggas threw out Paul's writings.
Only for them niggas to get it back by trying to say that the Gentiles can be saved.
That makes
Confusion.
That nigga spent a whole campaign on trying to disprove Paul, Mark,
right.
only to come back now and use those same precepts to say actual heathen can be saved.
Nigga spent a year in Sakari University.
They did away with the Hebrew. They got a Hebrew. They got a Sakari Hebrew or a Genesis Hebrew to where people can sign up and still pay for it and learn the Hebrew. But these niggas saying that the name of the Lord in the Hebrew we got ain't it. But they still got those things to where they making money off of selling the Hebrew.
Yeah, the university classes.
Yeah.
Someone on a karma board talking about some. I don't want my money back, but I was just wondering like why. Like,
No, the nigga said, can I get at least a refund? You know? Yeah, the nigga was trying. He said he didn't want all his money back, but he like, nigga, I want a certain like.
Yeah, at least for this section when we was talking about the Gentiles, at least get the
Right,
bread
that,
back
bro.
for that.
Yeah, that's why I said in Timothy's the
Then,
root.
but then that nigga will sign up for the next. Well, teach me about the Gentiles. Teach me how the Gentiles can make it. The nigga will sign up for that, bro. So like, yeah.
That's
This
just
nigga is showing that these niggas is unqualified as teachers, but then you'll still sign up for the next. This nigga put another class. This nigga is still signed up for marriage counseling with this nigga. That's how through our people is smitten with madness. Like it.
It's first, real quick. It says 1 Timothy 6:10. It says, "For the love of money is the root of all evil, which while some coveted after, they have erred from the faith and pierced themselves through with many sorrows." So a lot of when that video, you know, she was talking a lot about money, you know, and this nigga how he's money hungry and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you love money, bro. You're just trying to portray yourself and having all this designer shit, and nobody cared that you have a G-Wagon, bro. Nobody cares you have a G-Wagon, bro.
And she had all the messages and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
You know, that nigga kept asking about her motherfucking deposit. That nigga said, hey, baby, good morning. Hey, that deposit hit. Bro, they had bro,
Yeah, I paused this shit.
Bro, they'll have a whole conversation about, yeah, I'm over here doing this and doing that. That deposit hit.
The deposit, right. I don't know. But that happens, bro. Cause shit, his mind wasn't on the truth. His mind was on money, bro.
Well, it was even said that the nigga had said, man, if you wanted to make a bag or a bunch of money, just
teach the Gentiles. Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the nigga ended up doing, teaching the Gentiles, got his little bag.
These niggas wasn't selling prayers, man. That's how you know they with
Hey,
He selling
yeah.
prayers.
Crazy. Hebrew names that is not even a real Hebrew.
You gave sold this nigga a Hebrew name that he paid for to tell him that
that's not real.
That's not your real name. That shit's crazy.
He said, no, that is the top quality right here.
It's 24 karat.
Until a couple months later after the nigga paid for it.
From China.
And these Jordans, well, if you really look, the nigga, he really doing a layup. You know? Like, this nigga's bugged out, man. But once again, that really highlights just what the scripture says, man. All right, talked about how they have filthy lucre. You know, like these prophecies are real, man. So there's men in these last days, just like it was men back then, that are gonna fulfill these things, and that's doing it. And we calling them out through the Spirit, man. Starting off with our elders and apostles, man. You know, I mean, Ben told you them niggas paid off. You know, them niggas is off and all of that, man. That's lucky.
That's it on that I have.
Let's finish that Solomon.
It's Wisdom of Solomon 4 in verse 4. It says, "For though they flourish in branches for a time."
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
Though they flourish in branches for a time. You see? And this is what we're seeing, man. These niggas was riding high for a little minute and flourishing, and it looked like them niggas was, but it was only for a time.
That shit withering away.
Yep. It's the same thing. IUIC. ISUPK,
for a time.
BOW, WFI, whatever the hell, bro. It's like, bro, that shit, it's gonna flourish for a time. Some longer than others. But it's all gonna get cut down real quick, man.
And it only take and really like, bro, it take one day. The Lord will do it in a day, because that's what happened with Sakari. Bro, that shit dropped, bro. It was like one day, all of that shit, that nigga, it was done for that nigga.
But the Lord was already working in the background.
And he was already working, and that's the same thing, bro. The Lord working on IUIC. It's already work on ISUPK. You know what I'm saying?
The Lord building the case.
Yeah, the Lord gonna humiliate them. That's the thing. It's like,
Right.
it ain't just enough for, the Lord with these guys that have a big following and that have, projected themselves to be these great leaders and so on and so forth. The Lord is gonna humiliate them, just like
Yeah.
he's doing Esau. Esau's going down, but this nigga is shameful, spewing on his glory.
Yes, sir.
All right, the vile person shall no more be called liberal. So just like the Lord got a case on Esau and he's humiliating this nigga on the world stage with these different Israelite leaders that are, boasted of themselves, the Lord is going to humiliate him first. Then he going to really take him through the wire, man.
And the Lord's so cold because when that happened with Al-Azhar, it wasn't just, the so-called Israelite community that was on him. When he went to different podcasts, they brought, hey, what about with this whole Israelite? Well, what is that about? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Bro,
they brought it
called
up.
that nigga to Zaryak, bro.
Oh, yeah.
They called that nigga to Zaryak, bro. So they on the No Jumper podcast. Bro. One nigga sitting next to him was like, and these is niggas, bro. You know, these is niggas, bro. This nigga tried to fucking audition.
All right, but no
For
jumper.
the No Jumpers, got rejected.
I said, man, I'm just a hood nigga with spiritual knowledge.
Trying to get the Hoovers in the dough.
Oh my God, bro.
But that's who they followed. You know? Like we talking about Hakai and Hassad. Look who they followed after, bro. You see what I'm saying? So what do we really expect from these two niggas?
Same shit. Worse.
Can't wait for that nigga inside, bro. That whack ass.
Oh, they gonna get got, bro.
That nigga, that's
You
why
know?
he already, he going for cover.
You didn't even play your
Now
ticket.
they going back into the little how many wives they got. Now they deleting text messages.
Right. Trying
Yeah, niggas cleaning.
Yeah,
Yeah, niggas trying to clean shit up now, man. You know, oh, what did I say to her?
Right.
You know, the deleting messages and all that shit, man.
The unsent message. You see?
This is
Crazy.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 4 and verse 4 again. It says, for though they flourish in branches for a time, yet standing, not last, they shall be shaken in the wind.
It's supposed to say standing not fast.
Slide.
You know, I know it's the app, but standing fast is firm.
Yeah, security.
They not standing firm, bro. These niggas, what they built, man, is on what Yahweh Shah say. He that heareth these words of mine and doeth them not, I would liken him unto a man that built his house upon the sand, man.
Sandcastles.
And this is what we're here to tell you, bro. The ISUPK is built upon sand, bro. You know, the IUIC is built upon sand. You know,
Untempered mortar.
the Sakari, that was definitely built upon sand. Genesis and all these other camps, bro, and whatever acronym or title that they got, man. If it's not founded in the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, but also the proper doctrine, man, precept upon precept, as it is written in Ephesians the 4th chapter, there's one faith, one Lord, one baptism. So you can't be using the names like, for instance, Sakari. They was using before they started switching to Christ a lot. They were using the names of Yahweh and Yahweh Shai, But then they started talking about you can have sex on the Lord's Sabbath day. This nigga has a chief priest. Well, it ain't no precept that say. And you supposed to be a chief priest, nigga. So you got camps out there, they using, for instance, WFI uses Yahweh and Yahweh Shai. But they telling you that the MOTB is sin in all its forms. They telling you that the Sabbath is from Friday to Saturday. So you gotta have it all lined up and all right, man.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta have the name with the proper doctrine. The name itself ain't gonna save you, man. That nigga with the dreads that got pulled over by the cop, it showed you that. It says, why callest thou me Lord, Lord, Yahweh Shai, and doeth not the thing that I say? Obedience is required when it comes to those names, man. As Paul wrote unto us and told us, man, he that nameth the name of Yahweh Shai, let him depart from iniquity. You see that? And what we're seeing, what the Lord is manifesting, is that these so-called Israelite leaders, these so-called prominent men, these niggas is laden with iniquity, man. These niggas is really evildoers, man. And more is going to come out on these dudes. Go ahead.
It says they be shaken with the wind, and it says, and through the force of winds they should be rooted out.
They should be rooted out, bro. You know, that pagan situation, that was a force of wind. You know? And it's going to be different things that's going to take place. Ultimately, the MOTB. When that MOTB is implemented, bro, that's going to be a wind that's going to uproot the majority of these groups, man.
Great shaking.
The IUIC, the ISUPK, specifically them, because they two of the biggest. When that MOTB is implemented, that's going to be a force of wind that's going to uproot the motherfuckers, man. Excuse my French. Go ahead.
Verse 5, it says, the imperfect branches shall be broken off,
Mm-hmm.
their fruit unprofitable,
Yep.
not right to eat,
Mm-hmm.
yet meat for nothing.
Yay, meat for nothing, bro. And it's being manifest, bro. The Sakari and what they was teaching wasn't meant for, wasn't meat, bro. They fruit was not right to be eaten, bro. And that fruit ain't talking about a man ejaculating. Bro, this nigga Hakai taught that the Song of Solomon, when it talks about thy fruit is taste, I'm roughly paraphrasing how it's written, man. It talks about how, the fruit and the tasting the fruit. This nigga said, bro, that's talking about a woman swallowing, bro. Freaky ass nigga, man. You reading Song of Solomon, bro. Don't you know when you study, you reading, you studying, you envisioning particular, that's what this nigga envisioning when he reading Song of Solomon.
Getting hot.
Then you go on your platform and you teach that, bro. Oh yeah, the fruit and the taste is talking about the woman. Yeah, nigga, what? But nobody had nothing to say about that. Go ahead.
It says, verse 6, for children begotten of unlawful beds are witnesses of wickedness against their parents in their trial.
Mm-hmm.
But though the righteous be prevented with death, yet shall he be in rest. For honorable age is not that. It says, for honorable age is not that which standeth in length of time, nor that is measured by number of years.
Right, but that's it though. It's gonna go into wisdom is the age of men, roughly paraphrasing how that's written. But it says that the righteous are at rest, man. Now that's literal is going into death, but just apply it in the spirit. The righteous are at rest, man, while these dudes is gonna be disturbed, man. We see they are now, man. But that nigga that going in, man, we're taking a step back to examine ourselves. That nigga scared of something, bro. But that goes back into the imperfect branches, man. So these camps, they might flourish for a little time. It might look like they're getting all these views, These niggas holding these big events and renting out these big ass venues and shit. But all that shit is gonna get swept away quick. The brothers ain't holding anything. Go ahead. We just touched on that Jeremiah 23.
This is Job 20 and 5, and we usually go into this speaking on Esau, but it can apply to these men too. This is Job 20 and 5, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. So like we was going into, we see they so-called prospering right now, but that's all gonna get cut short real soon, because the Lord didn't build what they got established. I have one more real quick. This is Psalms 127 and 1, a song of degrees for Solomon. Except the Lord Yahweh build the house, they labor in vain that build it. Except the Lord keep the city, the watchman waketh but in vain. And the Lord is not with what they got going on, right? As we is giving out those different examples, and that shows that they got they gonna go down soon. They're gonna all that's gonna get done away with real soon. That's all I wanted to grab.
You want that Jeremiah 23?
Yep, whoever got it.
This is Jeremiah 23 and verse 1. It says, woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Thus says, therefore, thus saith the Lord, power of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. Ye have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit you upon the evil of your doings, saith the Lord.
And this is just the beginning. What we saw was the Chief Hoover Crip. What we seeing with Hakai. This is just the beginning of the Lord, starting to reward them according to their evil, man. Once again, it's gonna be more that follows this, bro.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
It says, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all the countries whither I have driven them.
That's who's being gathered, the remnant of his flock. And it's starting with this word, who is his flock? The Israelites.
The lost sheep of the house of Israel.
That's it, bro. Go ahead.
It says, and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. And I will set up shepherds over them which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith the Lord.
And we know who those shepherds are, man. And if you don't, then you need to do, like Pop said earlier, you need to do your research and your due diligence. Try the Spirit by the Spirit, whether of the Most High. This is what's required. And Malachi, the 3rd chapter, says we shall return and discern between who serve the Lord and who don't. How are we going to do that? It's by going back. The brother mentioned the Church of Berea earlier. It's by going back and verifying what's written, bro.
That's it.
These niggas saying the name don't matter. Well, hold on. The precept says that
And the Lord, strong tower.
remember us in our captivity and think about his name.
What that mean?
It says there's no other name given amongst men whereby we must be saved. Like you said, the name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and they're saved. So we got all these precepts that highlight, bro, a name.
Hallowed be thy name.
Then the niggas say, yeah, it do say name, but when it says name, it's talking about commandments. Okay. Well, in the book of Acts, Peter told that man that was lame, he said, look, silver and gold have I not, but this I have. In the law of God, walk. Is that what he told him? No, he said in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach, Yahushua of Nazareth, man. Do it say, it said the law of Nazareth.
Damn.
That's what it said, the commandments of Nazareth. No, nigga. In the name of Yahushua of Nazareth, arise.
I command you not to teach in the laws.
When the wicked scribes and Pharisees, when they beat the apostles,
Right.
they said, didn't we straightway tell you not to teach these laws?
They were keeping the laws. What you talking about, bro?
That ain't what they told him, bro. He said, we straightly commanded you not to teach in the name of Yahushua, bro. So it's clear and evident they were teaching in the name. And what did Yahushua himself tell in John 17? He said, I manifested thy name unto the men thou hast given me. So that's both. The name of the Father and the Son is evident, man. So that X's them niggas out. Talking about the yo play yogurt and we ain't got the name and the name don't matter. No, that X's them niggas out, man. Well, let's talk about these dudes trying to discredit the Hebrew. Don't the scripture says that they shall speak the language of Canaan?
Right.
The Lord said, I will turn into thee a pure language.
Shall remember themselves.
A part of our remembrance is our language. You can't make that a doctrine. Nigga, that's a part of the doctrine.
Yep.
The same things uttered in its proper tongue hold not the same force. I'm roughly paraphrasing how it's written in the prologue of Sirach, man.
Yep. Let's go.
But that's how you discern, though, right?
Yep.
These niggas saying one thing, and the precept saying something else. So it's like, bro, okay, the precept got to be wrong then. That's how these people reason.
Right.
Well, the precept got to be wrong. No, nigga, that nigga wrong. That nigga you following is wrong. The precept ain't wrong. Niggas telling you, the Gentile can make it a whole Edom. No, bro. Esau found no place of repentance, man.
Right.
You barely break down those precepts where it says Gentiles, man. Or highlight the other precepts where it highlights, bro, it ain't talking about no other heathen. What about the promise? Was the promise given to the world? Right? Romans 9, Galatians, the 3rd chapter. Paul highlighted that in Galatians, the 3rd chapter, man. He said that the law, which was given 400 years after the promise, couldn't stop that promise from being in effect. Who was he talking to? First off, how could the law, why would he be mentioning the law?
Right. Who was under the law?
Who was under the law? Who didn't keep this law would be cut off from the promises of it. Right. You know? So Paul had to break it down. Look, the promise came before the law. So even though the law say if you don't keep these things, you cut off, it couldn't stop you from obtaining that promise. So this is where our Lord Yahweh Shah comes into play. So many precepts that highlight who Yahweh Shah died for. What was his purpose on this earth? Not once do it mention a damn heathen. You know? So that's how you show these niggas are liars, man. Then you got a group of men. What are they teaching? Damn, man, well, everything I'm hearing them say, and I'm researching it, I'm going back into it. It all lines up.
All right.
Then that shows that what? Those got to be the men then. Those got to be those pastors the Lord has set up to feed them.
Yeah.
You know?
And the Hebrew, bro, the Lord made it so plain to where, like the brother quoted that Isaiah, bro, you literally go on Google, you put language of Canaan, it tells you Hebrew, and you exactly, and you go to the images, and it's the Paleo Hebrew, bro. Yep. Why is it that difficult? But niggas make excuses because everything else they research, I believe that, but not that when it comes to the Hebrew, now it's a problem.
Guys talking about hell, you know, you're gonna burn somewhere forever, bro. What? But this is how you identify that these dudes, they ain't it, man.
The lake of fire is not America.
Bro, I'm glad you said that, right?
Or what now?
So them niggas did a video not too long ago, Joe, and they was talking about the MOTB. Apostle Tahar did a video on it. They did a lesson on the MOTB and they mentioned Apostle Tahar's name. It was like, see, Elder Tahar, we still believe the MOTB is the C-hip. Then this nigga went on to say, whoever is teaching otherwise is going to have their part in the lake that burneth with fire. So I'm like, nigga, you telling me that a camp here in America that's teaching that the MOTB is not what it is, they gonna die in a fire, but I thought the fire was a river in Israel.
Right, so they're gonna go in Israel.
So how they gonna get there? The nigga was scoffing, talking about how we say dead bodies gonna get beamed up and brought over here to America, which we don't say no shit like that.
That's crazy.
But when you listen to this nigga is saying that there's camps here in America that's gonna get burned. How they gonna get to the river in Israel? Because that's where he say the fire is. So how can the Jakes here in America get burned if that place is in the river?
That makes no sense.
These niggas don't know what the fuck they be saying, bro. They'll say one thing and then they'll utter something else that completely contradicts something that they already said. They ain't got it, bro. They winging it, you know?
Over.
And that's what happens when the nigga winging.
Yeah.
Because you will say something and then the very next statement you will contradict what you just said. And this is what we're seeing taking place with these guys. This is why their doctrine always changes, man. You know? It's why Bishop Nate, maybe your cat can buy you some lamb, sister. It's June. Then he started, they might throw a C-hip in there. Then he got to start talking about CBDCs. Then he went to the actual image. Oh, well, see, it is physical, but it's talking about the inscription of Nero. So it's like he's trying to work his way toward it being physical.
Exactly.
But then just recently they double back down on it being sin. Like, what is it, bro? But these dudes is everywhere, man. In one side of the country, you got an IUIC camp talking about, yeah, hell is a condition. Hell is not a real place, it's a condition. But then you got Bishop Nate talking about, yeah, it's a real place.
So they divided.
And I'm not just saying this, bro. There's video evidence out there, man.
Yep.
I ain't just talking.
It says a house divided, it cannot stand.
Receipts.
But have an end. You know. So all these different groups, they divided. They don't have an. You go to any Great Millstone camp, we gonna give you the same answers, man.
Right.
We was just in Dallas. We didn't rehearse. We just camp. Met up with them to camp. We didn't rehearse or what we going into.
Right. We're gonna go
We
into
just
this.
followed the spirit, and that showed that we was all in the same spirit. You know, that's true unity.
Okay, just real quick. This a quick one. This is Psalms 119 and 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. So just going back to that point we were speaking on earlier on how you identify who the men of the Lord is. What they saying is going back to the precepts. And us as men of the Lord, we hate every false way. But that's all I want to do, bro.
Yep, Isaiah 28, precept upon precept, precept upon precept, line upon line upon line, here a little and there a little. That's how you get the understanding. But that's also how these people get taken and broken. You know? When you read that Isaiah 28, he said precept was upon precept so that they can be taken and broken. You know? So that they don't have no excuse, man. So it's evident. As we make it plain through the spirit, precept upon precept, and these people rebel and scoff against it, it's highlighting that them niggas is on their pathway to destruction. You know? But we got it wherever we at.
Jeremiah. This is Jeremiah 23 and verse 5. It says, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai, that I will raise up unto David a righteous branch, and the king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth.
Man, that's what we're looking forward to, man. You know, that righteous branch is our Lord Yahweh Shai. You know? And we're looking forward to his return. Right? You got guys saying, oh, we ain't waiting for the return of the Messiah. He said the kingdom of heaven is within you. So we got GED programs, prison reforms, we buying land, we raising animals. Nigga, you sound stupid as fuck, man. We waiting on Yahweh Shai to return and do away with evil out of this earth, man.
You trying to build upon it.
You know? Do away with Esau, Edom, and his rulership of the earth. The time of the Gentiles being brought to the end. This flesh box we in, bruh. These chains of darkness, Yahweh Shai's going to deliver us from this, bro. We looking forward to it, man.
Said here we have no continuing city, but we seek them to come.
But it highlights that these dudes is not a Yahweh Shai, man. You know? And the Lord cannot make it any more clear and evident than what he already doing. He's allowing these dudes to say the things that they say. This nigga came out and said, we ain't waiting on the return of the Lord, bro. This nigga was debating a Christian at that. The Christian was like, yeah, ain't we all waiting? So we're all waiting. That nigga said, I'm talking about Captain Cesariak, man. No, us here at the ISUPK, we ain't waiting. Bro, you know how many precepts highlight waiting on the Lord?
They're rebellious.
Yeah, that Lamentations. We read that class. It says that he will do good unto him that wait for him and seek him. So if you ain't waiting, no good is about to be done unto you. Evil and only evil is coming to these people.
We got a quick one real quick. Good. This is Colossians 3 and verse 1. It says, If ye then be risen with Hamashiach, seek those things which are above, where Hamashiach sitteth on the right hand of the Most High. And we see that, you know, these guys, they ain't risen with Yahweh Shai Mashiach. All right, it says, verse 2, set your affections on the things above, not on things of the earth. Right? So what? The hopeful elect, hey, they're gonna be waiting on Yahweh Shai. Right? They're gonna be doing they're gonna be fulfilling their lot in their office, right? To herald in our coming of our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai. Right? And not like these other camps which they trying to do land blitzes and you know they want 15% of America, or they want to build their kingdom within this wicked kingdom. Verse 3, it says, For ye are dead, and your life is hid with Hamashiach in the Most High. When Yahweh Shai Mashiach, who is our life, shall appear, then ye shall also appear with him in glory. So, hey, that's when true life begins. Right? When our Lord and Savior Yahweh Shai Mashiach comes back and does away with this wickedness.
I got one for you. This is Jeremiah 10 and 21. It says, For the pastors are become brutish and have not sought the Lord. And we see that in these other camps. They're not seeking after the Lord. They talking about they ain't waiting for the Lord to return because they're trying to establish a kingdom here in a queendom that's about to be destroyed. The Lord got to come and establish that righteous kingdom. You trying to do all these things to establish a kingdom here on earth, it's gonna come to naught. It's all you doing it all in vain, because it's not of the Lord. It says, therefore they shall not prosper, and all their flocks shall be scattered. And we saying that the Lord is doing these things now with these other camps, man, scattering that shit because they, like we just read that woe unto the pastors, that destruction is coming to these pastors that just, saying whatever the hell they want to say, doing whatever the hell they want to do. Hey, it's a great judgment that's coming unto you.
Mm-hmm. Talking about men in high places. I think that's Wisdom of Solomon 6. It says, as being ministers of the Lord's kingdom, you have not judged aright. So a sharp judgment gonna be to those that sit in high places, man. So that's what's about to be brought down, man. These niggas thought it was cool. I'm thinking of Captain Cesariak. This nigga was fighting tooth and nail to get what he thought was Alazar's position. He wanted to be the face of Hebrew, Now this nigga on all these different platforms and all this different shit, man. And keep in mind, bro, with your face out there and you putting yourself forth like that, bro, a higher condemnation is gonna be brought upon you in the church, man. Why these dudes think they could just do all this type of madness, man, teach all this bullshit, and then just take a step back. Oh yeah, I need to just examine myself and work on bro. All that blood that you misled, all that those lost souls that you scattered further away from the Lord, you gonna have to that's on you. That blood is on your hands, man. I'm thinking of Ezekiel, the 33rd chapter, where it talks about the watchmen. And it says if the watchmen fail to warn the people, then the blood is on their hand. They gonna die in their own sins. Keep in mind that they still gonna get judged, but their blood is on your hands, man. What does that mean? If you come in there and you find the police come in and nigga, and your blood, motherfucker, the dead person's blood is all on your hands. What do you think? What do you think the police gonna look at? Nigga, you did it. So what is the Lord saying? If the blood is on your hands, meaning you're responsible for their death, man. You see that? So you niggas got hundreds upon thousands, possibly hundreds of thousands of people's bloods on you niggas' hands, bro. We put you niggas collectively together, there's millions of people bloods that's on your hands. General Yohana, Captain Cesariak, Bishop Nate, Gorilla Hebrew, Priest Hakkad, there's look, and we gonna see it too, bro. The Lord gonna have you niggas judged openly. I'm thinking of Hananiah, the false prophet, in Jeremiah the 28th chapter. The Lord had Jeremiah cuss that nigga out and said, look, you teaching rebellion, therefore you gonna die this year.
Took it off the earth. And
it don't specify how he died, but speaking as a man, it was a group, a harsh judgment that was brought upon, him teaching rebellion, man. So that's what we're going to see, man. We're going to witness harsh, gruesome judgment upon these so-called Israelite leaders. The Lord said that begin at my house in the book of Ezekiel, the 9th chapter, and they begin at the ancient men. That word ancient in the Hebrew is Zaquan. So these dudes who put forth themselves up, want to put themselves on a pedestal. And then I'm thinking of the statement, the nigga wife made, man. She was like, how they been to council and they counsel with this elder and that elder, elder such and such and elder such and where's these guys? Oh, we counsel with this elder and we talked to this elder and there wasn't no change. Who is these dudes? Where are they at? These dudes label themselves elders, but they're not in the forefront, man. They ain't out on the highways and hedges every week. They ain't uploading lessons consistently. Because that's what the true prophets will be doing, man.
Yeah.
Your true leaders, you will be seeing them. Yahweh Shah said that a city that's set on a hill cannot be hid. You're the light of the world, man. They ain't talking about, oh, well, I've been in it since such and such. Where you at right now, then?
Dude.
The talent you was given, are you not supposed to be putting it out? You look at Bishop Nate. Like I was possibly this past week, or it might have been last week. But they were highlighting when was the last time Bishop Nate was on the highways and hedges. And we ain't talking about when his ass overseas. You know, when he outside of America, his ass, you know, he all. But when is the last time you seen him camping here in America, man? General Yohana. When was the last time you seen General Yohana blazing anything? Where these guys at? When I first came in, these dudes was on the highways every week, bro. Bishop Nate was out there with his men. General Yohana, he was blazing everything. Elder Ricard, the GOCC, he was out there with their men, bro. So now it comes to a point where these dudes ain't even out there no more.
AOC.
These men were out there, bro. Where they at now? You go back to the old school, you see they were out there. I'm thinking of the video with Elder Yaquad.
I was thinking about that yesterday when we went to camp.
You know, the high priest, Elder Yaquad, man. He said, man, I feel like I can fight the world champion. I feel like I can fight Mike Tyson. You know? And I'm just using it as an example that, look, even to the old age, you had men out there, bro. Look at our apostles. They're still out there. Because they're following after the foundation. They're following after the example that was left back in the old school. And a lot of these dudes I mentioned, they go back to the old school. They take winters off. You didn't learn that from the old school. You hit a certain pinnacle. I'm thinking of Priest Zabak. He did a whole 20 year.
No,
it was like a celebration or something, man. He had a seat like he was sitting on a throne. You know, these dudes like to honor themselves, man. He came up and bigged up them Genesis niggas when they first started going off.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, big up to them brothers and what they got going on. Nigga, no. Why would you big up these niggas teaching about Gentile salvation? Well, I guess it makes sense because Priest Sabak still teaches that Cornelius is a Gentile. But he stood firm on Gentiles not receiving salvation, though. But here it is. You big up these niggas and what they saying, though. And then turn around and say, well, see, I really didn't fully watch what they said. Don't Tarak says, bro, you're supposed to know the whole matter before you speak on something?
Examine the whole matter, then review.
And as an elder, you should know that. But once again, I'm just saying these things to highlight that these dudes who supposed to be in a leadership position, these dudes are lacking, man. You know? And when all hell break loose, bro, we gonna see that these dudes were hirelings the whole time. We already seeing it. Where Gorilla Hebrew?
The same one telling our apostles to step down. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you need to retire.
Yeah.
So say they followed that counsel. Now where this nigga at? Now where this nigga at? You told the men, yeah, it's our turn now. It's time for y'all to take a step back. Let's just hypothetically say they did that. Okay, you young men, y'all got it. Now look at this nigga.
Dude.
Y'all got that Hebrew Israelite stuff. Now this nigga doing commentaries and shit. He's some hoe-ass niggas, man. And once again, Great Millstone was here to let you know that. We didn't sugarcoat nothing, man. You know? We told you that these niggas was a bunch of hoes and bitch-ass niggas. Y'all got it.
This is Micah 3:1. And I said, hear, I pray you, O heads of Jacob, and ye princes of the house of Israel. Is it not for you to know judgment, who hate the good and love the evil, who pluck off their skin from off them and their flesh from off their bones, right? So this is talking to the leaders, the heads, all right? These different guys that are proclaiming to have, proclaiming to be leaders, right? But I want to jump down. Micah chapter 3 and verse 9, it says, "Hear this, I pray you, ye heads of the house of Jacob and princes of the house of Israel, that abhor judgment and pervert all equity. They build up Zion with blood and Jerusalem with iniquity. The heads thereof judge for reward, and the priests thereof teach for hire, and the prophets thereof divine for money." So all of the work that they're doing is to get a bag, to get the bread, filthy lucre that the brother read earlier, right? It says, "Yet will they lean upon the Lord and say, Is not the Lord among us? None evil can come upon us. Therefore shall Zion, for your sake, be plowed as a field, and Jerusalem shall become heaps, and the mountain of the house as the high places of the forest," man. So just applying that into today, man. See, Jacob's going to get plowed down, all right? And they're going to be responsible, man, for the counsel these men have given, misleading them, taking them further away from Yahweh Shem Yahushua, like that Jeremiah the 23rd chapter said. They're going to be responsible for all of this, man. Once again, bro, how many people is going to take the micro seeded, all right, that MOTB, because of listening to Nate or the leader of IESUPK and all of that, man? Jacob's going to get melted over these niggas, man. But that was it.
Like this, Jeremiah 23.
Mm-hmm.
Jeremiah 23 and verse 6. It says, "In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely." And it says, "And this is his name whereby he shall be called, the Lord our righteousness."
Mm-hmm.
"Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, that they shall no more say, The Lord liveth, which brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt, but the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel."
Which led who?
The seed of the house of Israel.
Showing you who salvation is for, man. But these niggas will say that it's about actual heathen can obtain it. No, the prophecy just said the seed of the nation of Israel, man. So once again, it's highlighting who salvation is for. Go ahead.
"Out of the north country, and from all countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land."
Right, and it says what? Out of the north country. Highlighting that what? The emphasis is here in America, man. And why did it highlight that the deliverance is going to be from this place? Because it's going to be from the destruction. This is the lake of fire. Not no goddamn river, in the land of Israel, man. It's going to be from this point up, and it's going to stretch up, and it's going to... That's why John said it looked like... Nigga, shut the fuck up, man. Go ahead.
It says, I reread 8 again. It says, "But the Lord liveth, which brought up and
these
which
people,
led."
it just highlight, bro, because it infuriates you, man. And it really ties back into the zeal. I'm thinking of Yahushua when he went to the temple and he seen those money exchanges. And they highlighted the precept, "Thy zeal of thy house have eaten me up." And that's why a lot of people in the comment will say what they say because they ain't got no type of zeal toward Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, man.
Truth.
Because if you did, you would be infuriated. You would be mad as hell. A nigga talking about a heathen can partake in what? Or the names don't matter. A lot of us went the majority of our life without those names. And when those names came to us, man, bro, you know how much those names have wrought for us in a small amount of time?
Precious.
Being able to call upon those names, bro. And a nigga want to do away with that. No, that ain't it. The Hebrew, no.
They want respect on his name.
Crazy. We talking about a hope, a promise. These niggas don't even know what the promise is, bro. I like to highlight the elder brother Amawanga Bar. It was an IUIC, a former IUIC member went on his comment board, bro, and was like, "Yeah, man, I'm glad a Great Millstone, you know, Kawadi Howabah Shami Awashai used the names, and was like, man, you know, for Great Millstone, and I ain't known about the hope, the promise." He was like, bro, I was invested in this, you know, I was thinking about my 401k and my marriage and ooh after bam, and he was like, bro, I wasn't looking forward to America being destroyed, and I didn't know nothing about the hope and the promise, man. But these niggas with their doctrine and they telling you to invest here, land blitzes. Or we need land and animals in our own community, and this is how we nigga know, bro. But that's taking away they taking away the hope, the promise. You see? The brother quoted it earlier. Here we have no continuing city, but we see one to come, bro.
That's it.
We looking forward to, you know, this place collapsing. The return of Yahweh Shai, man. Does that mean we going home? Just like what we read here in this Jeremiah, the 23rd chapter. The Lord shall deliver us from the land of the north and from all the places we were scattered to, and bring us back into our own land. We looking forward to that, man, but a nigga still want to be here in America. Using FRNs. Money that's not backed by nothing.
Getting taxed and no nothing.
Being taxed. Yeah.
Have
know?
to work. Shit. Work for Esau. You know what I'm saying?
Or even if you work for yourself, you still trading with you still getting the same fucking bullshit money, man. Look whose face is on the money. And it's still FRNs, it's still backed by nothing.
Good devil, boy.
You know? Cause you got niggas that boast because they entrepreneur or nigga, I got my own business and my money. But when America collapse, nigga, you gonna collapse with it, nigga.
You ain't gonna strive on into the sunset. We
talking about an enduring substance the Lord is about to bring us into, bro. You know what I'm talking about? Like, bro, like, nigga, you gonna plant vineyards, you gonna plant orchards, you know what I'm saying? You gonna decide, like, look, bro, damn, the river all the way over there. Okay, let me make a channel, you know what I'm saying, to cut, you know, so that the river can cut in and water, conduit, bro, yeah, bro.
Shit.
You ain't gotta ask, man, let me call the city, can I add on to my house? Can I build a fence around my property? Yeah. You ain't gotta do none of that shit, bro.
Sovereignty.
You know? Nigga talking about I own my own land. You stop paying tax on that goddamn land, nigga, they gonna come snatch you right up off that motherfucker.
Nigga, you don't own nothing here.
Shit.
And you will never own nothing here, nigga. You don't own your car, you know. You don't own your children. You don't own your wife. You know?
That's definitely not your bitch.
Bro, you don't
want you to
own
be
nothing
Well,
here.
it's what Elder Malcolm says, bro. It's just your turn.
I mean, in reality, like
That's how it is. It's your turn, bro.
That's
even then,
fucking
it's like
terrible.
you can have a decent shorty that didn't been, but she didn't been with all these other niggas before you. It's like, bro, this ain't it. This is not it. But these niggas got you locked in and focused, like it says. I think it might be that 23rd chapter. But he said they make you vain. You know, they getting you caught up in this place and in this world where, bro, this ain't our rest, man. It's the spirit as the brother was speaking. I had saw a brother Bakwar Moth. They're doing a Sabbath Sanctuary episode 65, and it says the path back to the garden. And I was just wooed, like what we was talking about, man. Look, we trying to get back to the garden, eastward in Eden, our land. And having true sovereignty and rulership, bro.
Niggas talking about land where you plowing the fields, bro.
Yeah.
Niggas talking about animals that you gotta raise. We talking about going home to where, nigga, I ain't plowing a goddamn, bro. I'm not even finna turn out a soil over, boy.
Bro, I'm not.
Chilling.
Ain't gonna be no sweat on this brow.
I got service for that, dog. The Lord promised and said, strangers shall plant your vineyards. Strangers is gonna be your plowmen and your herdsmen. I ain't gotta worry about, bro, following after a stink ass cow. You know?
Yeah, out in the field all
I got service for that, man. That's what we looking forward to, man. But a nigga don't want service, bro.
Yeah. Like,
What are gonna be jobs?
bro, that nigga did say that years ago. Is there gonna be jobs?
Yeah, that was a nigga in Chicago. Yep.
This is Jeremiah 23 and verse 8 again. It says, "But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which have led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country, and from all countries whither I have driven them, and they shall dwell in their own land."
Yeah, this is what we waiting on. You know, we waiting on the Lord to return and get us.
The Son of Righteousness arising with healing in his wings.
What? My nigga talking about we ain't waiting on. We got a GED program.
And then it says, "You shall grow up like
Calves.
calves amongst the stall."
Yeah.
And when you go into that, it's like
Yeah,
you calf being let out.
Because what that calf that's been locked, the calf is locked up overnight. You know, locked up. He's just
And that represents this captivity.
Yeah.
That represents these bodies.
yeah.
You know?
Jake ain't got calves, so just think about it like your dog in the kennel. How the nigga act as soon as he outside the kennel?
Oh,
he
he
went
happy
to work,
as hell.
and you left him in overnight.
That nigga get to running back and
That
forth.
nigga, what?
Here it is, he got this little ass area, but that nigga running from gate to gate, you know?
You open the door from the backyard, zoomies and
Yeah,
shit.
that nigga
boy.
running the circle,
This
Joe.
nigga, all he do, he just gonna run in the circle. He just excited, ecstatic. But this is how I was talking about that whip, bro. Man, we getting new bodies. We gonna have power. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is what's written. This is what we looking forward to, man. And that's why it says in the book of Psalms 119, 49 and 50, man. It says, "This is my comfort in mine affliction. Thy word hath quickened me." All right, this is the comfort. And what does the Lord promise us? In the NLT, it says, "Thy promises, they revive me," man. You know? It's like, bro, a nigga get the, that's why it's like, niggas say shit like that. It's like, bro, it's just irksome. Niggas, well, we could be 30 years.
Man, shut up.
Or that nigga's Alizé, all right, the chief beggar.
Be 100.
The
1,000.
week before all that shit came out, the nigga was like, man, we was getting on him because he was talking about 1,000 years. And nigga talking about, man, it could be over 1,000 years before the Lord return. We don't X, Y, and Z. And then he was talking shit to us. The nigga literally said, get off my dick. You know, come to find out,
He was on.
this
no,
nigga is riding a damn.
No, my God,
now.
bro.
But shows you how
Take
the
your
Lord,
own advice, nigga.
but shows you how the Lord, bro, exposing nigga. But anyways, he was talking all of that, bro. This is what our hope is in, man. All right, but we heard that shit. It's like, what, bro? First of all, you not measuring the times, but this is what our hope is in, man. And what's to come? We not building here. The Lord don't want His people, all right, coming back to a people that's still invested in this society that has hope in America, man.
And that's the spirit you mentioned that because you said that nigga, because we did videos like, bro, 1,000 years, and then he responded.
Yeah.
And then the Lord acted right after.
Right after.
Well, them Hakai Hassad niggas, like last week or 2 weeks ago, they brought up the great.
Yeah.
They did a whole video talking shit against us all over again.
The Lord
There was
responded.
another one where they the worst camps they had ISUPK and Great Millstone. I didn't watch it, but I seen the steal.
Oh, how
You know what I'm
they
saying?
did a compilation.
And it was like they was talking shit, bro. And then now look what happened right behind that.
Yep.
That ain't a coincidence, bro.
The Lord moving on these niggas, man. You know?
That ain't a coincidence, man. You know?
This is back in Jeremiah 23 and verse 9. It says, "Mine heart within me is broken because of the prophets. All my bones shake. I am like a drunken man, and like a man whom wine hath overcome, because the Lord, and because of the words of his holiness. For the land is full of adulterers, for because of swearing the land mourneth. The pleasant places of the wilderness are dried up, and their course is evil,
Mm-hmm.
and their force is not right. For both prophet and priest are profane.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, in my
Chief high priest. Both prophet and priest. And we're here to tell you that. That's what happened back then when we was in our land. And it's happening today. These so-called leaders, these so-called niggas in prominent positions, bro, they ain't it, bro. They ain't it. And this is what the Lord is making clear and evident. You know? Go ahead.
It says, for both prophet and priest, for both prophet and
And
priest.
then when we tell you these niggas ain't shit, and we back it up with the holy precepts, these niggas try to counter that by slander. These niggas try to counter that by bearing false witness and by using great, they go find that video with Polite and the apostles See, man, this is what these niggas teach. and we made that clear, bro. You know? But that's all them niggas got on us. They ain't got you can't find nothing else. That's all them niggas got. And that's a weak argument, man. There's a law. Once again, we're gonna repeat it. We're gonna keep repeating it, man. Yes, there's a law in case it happens, bro. Deuteronomy the 22nd chapter. You know? If a woman get her ass snatched up, bro, and she married, she cry out, that nigga get put to death. If she's married, she don't cry out, they both get put to death.
They act like we made up the law.
If she's unmarried, then he gotta stick with that woman and he owe the father, bro.
It's simple.
That's it. In the ancient world, women got married young. When she reached her cycle, like the scriptures call it the flower of her age, Paul clearly said it. If she reached the flower of her age, then you don't sin. Then you ain't did nothing wrong. Marry her.
Yep.
So in the ancient world, women got married young. When she hit the flower, when that menstrual cycle started, that showed that she was a woman and she was able to bear children. So depending on the father, because it all differed, depending on the father and when he would marry his daughter off, and determining upon the husband when he would go into her. It all differed. You see? The father could wait if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Or the husband could wait if he wanted to. But the point being is that when that menstrual started,
She ready.
she ready.
Right.
Well, like we made the point earlier.
That's it. We bring out truth.
Yep.
And niggas demonize us about it. Oh, we pedos, we rapists.
We're going to see.
And there's a judgment that's going to come behind that, man.
Yep.
That slander, that bearing false witness, man. You hear that? There's a judgment that's going to come behind that, man. All you people that forward that. Thinking of that nigga, I think his name, Thun. You know, the nigga was like, yeah, I apologize. I call them bombs.
ASAP,
Yeah, ASAP, you know.
I thought.
I apologize. That's when that Jordan Morgan was popping, bro.
Right.
See, them niggas was shook, bro.
They be hypocrites.
They be hypocrites, bro.
Hypocrites. I see
When that Jordan Morgan situation, them niggas straighten up that back. See, because these niggas crooked, man.
Yeah.
But when that Jordan Morgan happened, them niggas,
Scoliosis ass niggas.
then they got the, I apologize.
Bro, you can see this.
Don't call them no more. They're not bombed. All that bullshit. And then as soon as all that shit passed,
Went right back to
nigga went right back to it.
Yeah.
Keep the bishop's name out your mouth. Bum camps. He went right back to the slander he said he repented from. So there's a judgment coming for all you niggas, man.
It's like Yahushua said, it's like you could literally see it happening. Like when Yahushua said, Isaiah did well prophesy concerning you hypocrites.
Like, Brian, bro, if like for real, we can't see that the scriptures are speaking today. You know? Like these the same niggas, bro.
These are the
Exact
bro.
same niggas.
The same niggas that was persecuting the apostles for teaching in the name. You know, it said, didn't we not command you to stop teaching in this name?
They was talking about the commandments, brother.
About the law.
Literally, when you look that up, teaching, it says doctrine.
Right.
The dude literally sat at the panel. He's like, now we're not saying that you can't call upon the name. We teach the name and this and that. We're just saying you can't make it a doctrine. That's literally what they said in the book of Acts. Like, did we command you to stop teaching in this name? It's the same thing. So these
The name
men are
is a
back.
part of the doctrine.
It's like, come on, bro. These are the same exact men, but this is how we know who serveth the Most High and who serveth him not. When we look at the scriptures and we looking at these guys and seeing what they're saying, and then we go back to the scriptures like, hold on, man. These are the same niggas.
Avoid him.
These are the ones that Yahushua was cursing out. You know, that the prophets, that Jeremiah and Isaiah, these are the same cats coming back, man.
You want to bring that up?
Y'all hit it real quick. This is Matthew 12:36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. So these guys ain't gonna all the slander that they doing, they're not gonna go off into the sunset. The Lord, he said, he shall not at all quit the wicked.
Yeah. I'm thinking it's Sirach, the 5th chapter. And that security.
Thou shalt be destroyed,
Yeah.
and perish.
And so in the moment where these niggas think that, you know,
Shit sweet.
that's when it's gonna come. You know?
It's gonna be perfect too. Just like that shit with Alizé, that was perfect. Came out of nowhere.
Perfect
Nowhere.
timing.
Perfect timing. Right after he
Get rid
just
of
got
this
done
nigga.
talking shit, and then humiliated that nigga, brought him down like that. The nigga stepped down from teaching right after that.
I love you,
It's
nigga.
beautiful we don't have to deal with these niggas. Like these niggas is fucking sore. Like, you know, it's
Like Paul
spots in our feet. You know, these niggas need to. It's be beautiful when we ain't hear the bullshit, the madness that these niggas is talking about, man. And just to land back on what you just saying in that John, it said, "I manifested thy name." You go to that word "manifest." It says to make known by teaching, by doctrine. That's what doctrine means. It's teaching.
Yep.
So what his statement is contrary, completely contrary to what's written, and that's all these niggas, all right, these different camps, they're making bold statements that's clearly and completely contrary to what's written, and they're gonna have to pay for that, man.
And when you bring it out, you hate him.
Bro, you gonna let this nigga? What this nigga said? The
You
word of God.
clearly show, bro. You know how many videos we've done where we clearly provide the evidence, bro.
We got the clip.
We showing what this nigga said. We're going to the Bible, showing you that it's complete opposite. Like, look what he said, and look what the Bible says.
Plain.
This nigga ain't it. A nigga come on a comment board.
Said, "Why you hating?"
Why you hating? Well, did you talk to him?
Shut up.
Nigga, what the fuck? A nigga completely overlooked the fact that, bro, he said something wrong, he said something off, and you're correcting it through the Holy Spirit by the scriptures. A nigga completely overlooked that, man. You know? See, that's why you GMS niggas. Bro,
And we get called niggas.
is it true?
And the thing about it,
This nigga said the name don't matter. I'm providing you the precept showing you
The
the name matters. But I'm a nigga. Alright.
I'm hating. This is Jeremiah 23.
That's why the scriptures also says that we may be delivered from ungodly and unreasonable men.
Yeah. You can't reason with them niggas.
And this is why we looking forward to the judgment, man. You can't curse your brother. You gonna be the first nigga we curse. You know?
Say something else.
let's curse this nigga.
Say something else, nigga.
Yeah, bro, you ain't supposed to curse your brother. You gonna be the first nigga we curse.
Do it again.
Because it's all throughout the scriptures, bro. You know? Paul talked about, bro, if you don't love the return of Yahweh Shai, let him be anathema maranatha. You got niggas talking about they not looking forward to his return, or they not expecting his return, or they're not waiting for it. That means them niggas cursed, bro. All throughout the scriptures, man, there's examples of righteous men cursing niggas.
The Lord cursed the whole nation.
You know? So you damn right, hell yeah, I'm gonna put a curse on that nigga. All these niggas that ain't teaching right, you wanna say the name don't matter? Oh yeah, you goddamn right, I'm putting a curse on you.
Look at that nigga say.
You wanna teach about hell? You wanna say you can have sex on the Lord's Sabbath day? You damn right, I'm putting a curse on your ass, man.
Say the MOTB is anything but the micro C hit.
And mind you, you cursed already. The scripture says if you teach anything opposite, let him be a curse. That's Paul putting a curse on a nigga.
Yeah. Revelation said if you take anything out of this book
I
add to it, then you'll be taken out of the book of life, and
Bring
the
the
plagues
plagues
of
will
this
be
book
added
will
to
be
you.
added onto you. It's a curse.
Yeah. Jeremiah said, let a cry be heard from their house when you bring a truth. Why? He said, look, Lord, I stood before them to speak good, to turn your wrath from them.
Right.
But these niggas said at naught your counsel. They said, let us devise devices against Jeremiah. So they plotted against me when I was trying to, for their good, set them right. Look, the Lord don't like this. Do this and you'll be saved. But them niggas came at me crazy. So therefore, pour out thy wrath when you deal with the niggas. When you read that Jeremiah 18, Jeremiah was cursing them niggas. King David said it himself, man, let their table be made a snare. That would have been for their benefit, let it be a trap. So these are righteous men that put curses on wicked niggas, man. You see that?
Nehemiah.
So I'm gonna follow suit, you know? Nigga teaching something crazy as hell you ain't supposed to be teaching, I'm gonna curse. Yes, I'm gonna put a curse on you, nigga. Oh, we ain't supposed to worship Yahweh Shai? Oh, Yahweh Shai just a regular dude, he gonna need a priest in the kingdom? That's what you said?
That shit's crazy as fuck, boy.
Oh, you goddamn right I'm gonna curse your ass, nigga. When the scripture says, kiss the son lest he be angry and you perish from the way, kiss is a form of worship. You precept that with the book of Kings, where the Lord talked about the 7,000 men who did not bow the knee to Baal, nor kissed him. You see? So it's talking about worship. So it's clear and evident we're supposed to worship Yahweh Shai. Then these niggas so wicked. Oh, well, this Greek word is proskuneo, and then this Greek word is, so it's two different forms of worship. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about, bro? The disciples worship Yahweh Shai, nigga. Bro. All the heaven bow down, bro.
No, but this nigga standing up.
On earth, though.
With a hat on.
On earth, though. Here it is, the heavens bow to Yahweh Shai, but it's a nigga on earth. Man, hell no. What do you think is gonna happen to a nigga like that?
But the head's gonna come off. It says, those that are my enemies that would not that I should reign over them, bring them hither and slay them before me.
And nobody else find a problem with that.
Because they not really down for Yahweh Shai, man. These niggas not the friends of the Lord, man. They not the friends of Yahweh Shai. They not in the spirit of the Lord, okay? That's why. They half-assing, okay? And it says, at the name of Yahweh Shai, shall every
knee shall
tongue
bow.
shall confess and every knee shall bow, man. So everybody's gonna be forced to bow to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Alright, including Sakari, including fucking Deacon Akai and all the rest of these niggas, man. Alright. Including Nate. You're not gonna bow down to the name of Jesus.
Yeah, that nigga Hassan gonna lick the dust, bro.
Yeah.
I think he might be, bro. I think he might be, bro. He weird, bro.
He is one of them weird ones.
And it was just something in me. I just always never liked that nigga, bro. You know, because it was as humble as he tried to portray himself, I knew he was, you know. But anyway.
Back in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 23 verse 11 again. It says, for both prophet and priest are profane, yet in my house have I found their wickedness, saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai.
That's literal. You know, you had the priest that was serving in the temple, bro, and them niggas was wicked. You can read Ezekiel the 8th chapter to highlight that point. But let's apply that to today. You know, these niggas is claiming to be called, they're claiming to be servants, you know? And these niggas is doing all type of wickedness, man. Which the Lord is making evident. He's making manifest.
Verse 12 it says, wherefore their way shall be unto them as slippery ways in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
They shall be driven on and fall therein. For I will bring evil upon them.
That's what's about to come. Go ahead.
Even the year of their visitation.
Ooh, the year of their visitation, bruh. So there's a time where the Lord has set to visit these niggas. And until that time, the Lord just allowing that, that nigga Tab to build.
It's like the Lord, just even with this little bit, it's like, look, watch what I'm finna do. You know, like we see it. We already see the judgments coming for these niggas. But it's like, all right, yeah, I'm humiliating them, but watch what I'm gonna do to them. And the Lord's gonna do it in front of all of these people, man. Like it says, I will strike wicked men in the open sight of others, man.
It's like the scripture talks about Antiochus. It says the judgment of the Lord
Now following him. Yeah.
It's like,
You
watch
know,
what I'm gonna do to these.
And then what happened, bro? The Lord had that nigga be in an ancient car wreck, bro.
Jump out,
At the, in
stumbling.
the camp. Y'all seen it? Yesterday, yo.
I didn't see it, but I heard that shit.
Yeah, bro.
Shit.
Some nigga woman in Edomite, snapped. Oh! You know? It wasn't too bad, but you know that nigga Antiochus was in an ancient car wreck, Joe.
Well, he put it in that group chat,
Yeah.
that car that was flipped over.
That nigga was flipped, boy.
Man, flip that nigga over, bro.
And then the Lord smoked that nigga in his bowels, bro, with an incurable disease.
Stank.
To where he had his flesh fall away and had worms come up out this nigga, bro.
Gangrene.
So that was the judgment of the Lord that was following. You see?
Yeah.
So it's going to be the same thing. And one of the sons prophesied.
Yeah.
You know, he said that you're going to confess by pains and torments. You know? So it's the same thing. We telling you judgment coming, but we don't know what it's going to look like.
Be bad.
Bro, I couldn't have put together, bro, that nigga was being what he was doing, Joe.
I wouldn't even
That wouldn't even been a thought.
I wouldn't
Like,
even have accused him.
but the Lord knows, bro.
Yeah.
So it's gonna start off with them niggas dirty clothes being aired, so to
Yeah.
speak.
Bro, that nigga inside got something, bro.
And then the Lord's gonna follow behind with judgment after that, man. With physical judgment. Because them being exposed is also judgment. You know, so I don't wanna say that that's not judgment. That is judgment too. But I'm talking about physical, you know.
Hands on him.
Thinking about what happened to Korah, Abraham, and Dathan, and the people that was around them. The Lord did a new thing in the earth, and he opened up the earth and swallowed them. It's like the Lord can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, a lot of them niggas, the fire came down. They all didn't get swallowed up. You know. It said the fire came down and burnt them niggas up. You know.
I can read it real quick. I'm gonna jump up a little bit, just read.
We're just gonna read a little bit more, and then if we ain't got nothing else,
This is Jeremiah 23 and 10 in the G&T. The land is full of people unfaithful to the Lord. They live wicked lives and misuse their power. And this is what we've been seeing with these different leaders, man. Living wicked lives and misusing their power.
The pocket.
Yep.
You know, these individuals, bro, like used the dude for his,
Bro, they taking.
And then when it was exposed, they so-called made the Bishop Kanai, they made him take a step back. So the nigga disappeared for like a year and then came back into the same position. That's what, No, it was the Kanai dude, bro. I'm not talking about the tall nigga where they said, no, it was the Kanai dude, man. You know, the Bishop Kanai, one of the second or third in command or whatever he is, man. When that pocket shit was going out, bro, they said he came and repented, supposedly, and he took a leave. And then I want to say probably like a year after he came back into that same position, man. You know, but really he was still, he was still around, you know. It was more so like like save face type shit. And that's what these dudes is doing with I'm taking a step back and we're gonna examine ourselves. Nigga, it's the same play that they ran with the fucking bottle service Passover, man. You know? You're taking a step back and them niggas didn't even do that. But go ahead, you got more than GNT?
Yep. It says the land is full of people unfaithful to the Lord. They live wicked lives and misuse their power. Oh, even with IUIC, the reports of, oh nah, this is a higher ranking brother, so we gonna take this wife and give her to him.
Bro, it's all kind of ill reports that was brought out, amongst them, bro. Where whether it's rather disgruntled, people that used to be amongst them and they just making shit up, or whether it has actual, whether it's based on actual facts, man. Because there was a report that the leadership among IUIC, they were sharing dick pics with each other.
Golly, boy.
That was brought out.
That was out.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that got, you know what I'm saying? Whether it's true, I don't know. I don't know how true that is, man. But I'm just saying that was a report that was brought out.
Nigga amongst them popping a goat. Like, what the fuck is
Now that was brought out amongst them. They brought that out.
That's,
Even with the dude taking a pic of his rod with the fringes and sending it to the dude's woman.
They brought that out.
They brought all that out, man.
It says,
and the bishop said he liked hearing nasty shit like that, by the way.
The IUIC, wasn't that IUIC nigga? Let's go watch a movie and they beat the nigga ass.
Yeah. All you seen was a fork. Then they say he threw the forks and punched it in.
Bro,
God.
Which, if you don't know, Throw the Forks is a Midwest, mainly Chicago. You know, it's a gang sign. You know.
Yeah, you
That's
think
the last thing.
you
That's the
think
last thing I
Fork,
seen.
nigga throw a fork.
They throw
you
a
know,
fork at him.
The last thing
Shit,
Throwing
fork at a
the forks
nigga.
is you know, it's a gang sign.
It says, because of the Lord's curse, the land mourns and the pastures are dry. The Lord says, the prophets and the priests are godless. I have caught them doing evil in the temple itself. The paths they follow will be slippery and dark. I will make them stumble and fall. I'm going to bring disaster on them. The time of their punishment is coming. I, the Lord, have spoken.
And it won't go out void. You jump back to the KJV.
God. It says, even the year of their visitation, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai. Verse 13. It says, I have seen folly in the prophets of Samaria. They prophesied in Baal and caused my people Israel to err. I have seen also in the prophets of Jerusalem.
So the Lord, through Jeremiah, is cussing out both northern and southern kingdom, man. He was like, I seen folly in the prophets of the northern kingdom. I seen folly in the prophets of the southern kingdom, man. And this is what we're seeing. It says it caused my people to err. If you teaching that you can have sex on the Lord's Sabbath day, that's causing the err. And all these camps that teach it, you know, for the most part, besides Sakari, because I know they teach the new moon Sabbath, but all these other camps, they teach Friday night to Saturday night. And it's like, bro, like, first off, you teaching Friday night to Saturday night to simplify, for lack of a better word, you know, because the niggas just trying to make it Friday night to Saturday night, so Saturday night, niggas could be freaks, you know.
Oh my goodness.
But here it is, Friday night, you can still do whatever the fuck ever to your woman.
What's off limits then?
Yeah, what's the difference?
It's crazy, bro.
Niggas is still working. If they gotta work, you know, you gotta work that night. Niggas still gonna be working.
Well, according to the BOW nigga, man, he called off every Sabbath, bro.
Nigga don't have a job.
That nigga homeless.
He was boasting in that, bro. Like, you know, the nigga was boasting in that, man. I call off, hey, I'm like you niggas. I call off every Sabbath day. But the whole time, but the whole time, bro, the nigga worked Monday through Friday.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, nigga, you don't work Friday night and Saturday, nigga. Obviously,
That nigga work with Tommy off of Martin.
but that nigga don't got a job the whole time. It's crazy, man. You know, but you got it,
The Lord said we'd be dealing with these type of niggas, though.
bro. And we see, and bro, but see,
I sent you to
we
these
dealing with niggas in portions. It really highlights what Moses was going through in the wilderness, bro. Imagine of dealing with millions of Jakes at once.
Bro,
You know, it's like, bro, we getting it piecemeal. You know, see a video or cuss a nigga out. You know,
Comment board.
yeah, comic book, but man, bro.
Fuck.
Imagine if you was dealing with these niggas, bro.
All at once, boy.
All at once, face to face, bro, on a daily basis.
You don't
Bro.
feel like Moses. He was like, man, why don't you just take me?
He was like, Lord, he said, what I do to deserve this?
Why'd you make me a father over these?
He was like, Lord, take me out. You got it out.
God, this is Jeremiah 23 and verse 14. It says, I have seen also the prophets of Jerusalem and horrible thing. They commit adultery and walk in lies. They strengthen also the hands of evildoers, that none doth return from his wickedness. They are all of them unto me as Sodom, and to the inhabitants thereof as Gomorrah.
Right, so it lines up with what Daniel told those wicked judges. You know, O seed of Canaan and not of Judah. So the Lord is looking at you niggas as heathen, man. You know?
That's all they want to say.
And it says you strengthen the hand of evildoers, man. You know what I'm saying? So the niggas that's supposed to be getting their ass rebuked, you actually strengthening and you know, and putting them niggas in a higher position. And the people that's being wronged, there's one in Ezekiel, bro, where it says they keep alive the ones that's supposed to be put to death, and then they condemn those that are innocent. You know, it talks about the arm holes, the women that made the arm holes. You know, which was going into idolatry.
This is Ezekiel chapter 13 and 18. It says,
Yeah, let's read that.
all right. It says, and say, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, woe to the woman that sew pillows to all armholes and make kerchiefs upon the head of every stature to hunt souls. Will ye hunt the souls of my people, and will ye save the souls alive that come unto you?
Mm-hmm.
And will ye pollute me among my people for handfuls of barley and for pieces of bread?
And that's what these niggas is doing. They taking a bribe. So they polluting it, for money, for monetary gain, man. Go ahead.
It says, to slay, and will ye pollute me among my people for handfuls of barley and for pieces of bread? To slay the souls that should not die, and to save the souls alive that should not live.
And that's what these niggas do, bro. As they was doing back then, it's what they doing today, man. You know, a nigga that's supposed to be judged, man. Judgment's supposed to come down. You're supposed to excommunicate that nigga, get that nigga out the camp. But here it is, you elevate this nigga. You know? This nigga, now he the camp leader. And you know all the wickedness that this nigga was doing and the abuse that he was giving, but you exalt this nigga. You know? And the guy that get misused, he the one that get kicked out the camp. You know? These dudes is wicked, man. I'm trying to think of that one scenario, Joe. I think dude was a part of Sakari. He was talking about his camp leader. I don't think Jake remember that, man. I remember it vaguely, Joe. He was brought out. This was the same time all that shit was being brought out on the Pecker, man. You know, the dude talked about how his camp leader, when his camp leader was on, Joe, he was taking the money, the tithes, and he was doing something with it. And he went to the leadership and told them, and they didn't do nothing about it. And, you know, and it's vague, you know. But here it is. They ain't do nothing with this nigga, you know. And the dude that brought it out said there was multiple, quote-unquote, brothers that complained about that particular camp leader, man. You know, and the so-called leadership didn't do nothing about it, man. Because also what's running rampant amongst these other congregations is respect of persons. You know, because that's my man's. You know, I'ma just have his back and have his side regardless of what he do. That's going on amongst these niggas too, man. See, whatever we read about, bro, they talk about, you know, not having respect for persons and not ruling over with rigor, and them niggas is doing it, bro. Whatever we read about that says not to do, them niggas doing it, man. And everything we read that say not, you know, you ain't supposed to be doing it, you know. Everything you do supposed to do, they don't do. And everything you're not supposed to do, that's what they doing, man. It's like Esau. They the complete opposite. You know? Clean contrary. And once again, we were here to warn you about these individuals. You got it back.
It says, to slay the souls that should not die and to save the souls alive that should not live, by your lying to my people that hear your lies.
You see? That's it. We jump back.
This is Jeremiah 23 and verse 15. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh by Shem Yahushai of hosts concerning the prophets. Behold, I will feed them with wormwood and make them drink the water of gall. Ooh. For from the prophets of Jerusalem is profaneness gone forth into all the land.
Mm-hmm. So that represents what? The affliction that the Lord is about to lay upon you, man. Bitterness. Wormwood is bitterness, man. And the Lord said, I'm going to have you drink the water of gall. So the Lord is going to start putting the squeeze upon these different individuals, man. Mm-hmm. You know? And we going to see it, bro. We going to see it. Go ahead.
Verse 16. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushai of hosts, hearken not unto the words of the prophets that prophesy unto you. They make you vain. They speak a vision of their own heart and not out of the mouth of the Lord.
You see? And how do we know that? Because it don't line up with what's written. You know, these dudes are speaking opposite of what's written, so that lets us know that it's out of their own heart, man. And the things that they're telling you to do and invest in is making you vain. So the Lord is looking at you as a son of Belial. When you go into Belial, it goes into what? Worthlessness. You know? And it makes me think of that second Esdras, I think it's the 9th chapter. The Lord talked about how much with labor, he made his great perfect. Then he go on to say, let the multitude perish
Who was born in
Born in
vain.
vain.
and let my great be kept.
Yep.
So these people that are being made vain by the lies of the prophets, you represent those people that was born in vain. You see that? And we don't want to be that, man. You got it.
Verse 17, it says, they say still unto them that despise me, the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua hath said, ye shall have peace.
You see? Those that despise the Lord. So they're strengthening the hands of evildoers, bro. These niggas rubbing shoulders with Sinetta. These niggas sitting down with fucking Divine Prospect and all these other niggas.
Nation of NOI,
Yeah.
UIC, or the pimps or the sister church. The niggas just said all types of stuff over the years, man. You know, or the leader, well, the black community. What do you say? The leader is Farrakhan. That was that nigga Sakari, you know, or Alizé. Right, just all this stuff, man. Nigga Coolio died, man, and the nigga just crying and shit.
Yeah. But there's a false report about High Priest Ariad dying. He say F him.
Hypocrites, bro.
But this nigga cried for Coolio. The fuck?
The Lord hath said, ye shall have peace, and they say unto every one that walketh after the imagination of his own heart, no evil shall come upon you.
Is that not what they telling people? They choose in their own heart, they being disobedient and rebellious to the word of the Lord, but yet these niggas are saying thy way is good. This is what these niggas is doing. Go ahead.
It says, verse 18, it says, for who hath stood in the counsel of the Lord, and have perceived and heard his word? Who hath marked his word and heard it? Behold, a whirlwind of the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua is gone forth in fury, even a grievous whirlwind. It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked.
You know, that's it, man. We can, you know, if Jake got any, you know, precepts or points to add to that, you know, that's it, man. It just said what, man? It shall fall grievously upon the head of the wicked. And ultimately, that's going into the nuclear missiles, man, the destruction that the Lord has preordained to come down upon this place, you know. But also, whatever judgment before that takes place, man, that's going to come down upon the head of these individuals. Go ahead, Doc.
This is Titus chapter 1 verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers, deceivers, especially they of the circumcision, whose mouths must be stopped, who subvert whole houses, teaching things which they are not, for filthy lucre's sake. You know, and that's these leaders, all right, you know, that are teaching these false and vain things. And it said, whose mouths must be stopped. You know, because every once in a while, you know, it's another argument coming back. You know, that you know has videos done on it, but pretty soon, you know, starting with the family of the word, all right, and you know the judgment to come, hey, their mouths are going to be stopped. You know.
Yeah, some of these guys even before that.
Yeah.
You know, look at Comfy, the so-called God said comforter. It ain't the famine of the word, and it ain't, you know, but the Lord stopped his mouth.
Right.
So
Indefinitely.
so some of these guys, they yeah, through the Spirit, yeah, the Lord did stop, you know, Alazar's mouth, man.
Nigga's mouth no more.
You know, what's going on? If these niggas stay true to their word, if they take a
Indefinitely.
step back,
Not going
the Lord is shutting their mouths, bro.
They said indefinitely.
You know, but the Lord is going to bring with gruesome, grievous judgment that's going to follow, man. You know. So y'all got it, you know. You ain't got nothing else.
I get this real quick. Psalms 35:6. Let their way be dark and slippery, and let the angels of the Lord persecute them. The Lord about to bring persecution to everybody that's against this truth, man. Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, everybody's about to get persecuted for not taking heed of this word, not believing it or doubting it, or despising his words or adding to it or subtracting to it, hey, the Lord got a grievous death, a grievous judgment coming unto you guys, man. But that was it.
So, we're going to end it there. The Wadi Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai for giving us the spirit, to speak these words, man. And, man, the Wadi Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, bro, for the eyes out, bro, for allowing us to see the true teachers, allowing us to, hear his voice, because that's ultimately what it goes down to. According to John the 10th chapter, Yahweh Shai said, my sheep hear my voice. He said, a stranger will they not follow, So it really boils down to, man, the Wadi Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, that he allowed us to hear Yahweh Shai's voice, man. Because we hear his voice through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai, man. And that's a very blessed thing, man. We are privileged, So we're going to end it there at the Wadi Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai for giving us the spirit to this lesson. We're going to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh Basham Yahweh Shai Basham Chakodash.
the honors to the apostles, our elder bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to you brothers who preach the gospel in truth and in sincerity, all in charity. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.